Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. You're watching Game Masters here on the GDQ Hotfix. I am your host, Kiara. And I really hope you enjoyed the Super Mario 64 120-star randomizer by King J just now. Super awesome run. Here in the waiting room, I was just like in awe of how you can even conceive to get all this stuff that quickly. But we have something very, very different for you. Before we do, if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. You can use the !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more info. Also, you can catch up on past GDQ Hotfix shows and marathons at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider liking, subscribing, or becoming a channel member to support GDQ. I am joined by Mr. Link 2K here in the call. He's going to be bringing us the Undertale soulless pacifist routes. You're going to see a lot of the game if you're a big fan of Undertale, but here to talk a little bit more about it, Mr. Link, what is this run? What do we have to do to reach the credits here?
Kind of showcases just about everything Undertale speedruns have to offer. We're going to start with the genocide ending, and then after we complete that, we will be transitioning into the true pacifist ending. And by doing so, we will end up getting a slightly different cutscene at the very end of the run. So this run features basically everything. Like I said, it has a lot of RNG at the start, and then for the second half of the run, there's going to be a lot of crazy glitches. So I'm really excited for this. Alongside with me are my two amazing commentators, Jack and Willie J. Willie J.
Hello, I am Jack.
I'm the other one.
Bang.
That'd be Willie J. Willie J. Yes. I'll say it for you. I got you.
Willie J squared.
Okay, I gotta ask.
Get started.
Yeah, go ahead and start us. Give us a countdown, and then I'll have a question I immediately want to ask you.
Sounds good. So time's gonna start right here on yes. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Is there any reason you're named Dirt D here? Does that have any implication in the game? So I'm curious. I saw Chad excited about it. Now I'm curious about it.
Yeah, so it's actually faster to name your human one character. However, I want to represent the community a little bit. There's an Undertale speedrun content creator, up and coming, Dirt D12. Makes some amazing Undertale speedrun content. Y'all gotta check him out.
Absolutely. Some fire stuff on there.
Wonderful.
So yeah, naming your character, naming your first and 5 characters is what, like, those texts take a long time. I think it's like 2 seconds that it loses.
And in this category especially, there's a lot of instances where your name gets called.
But it'll be fine. It won't lose.
But it's fine.
It's a 2-hour category. We could deal with the 2 seconds of time loss.
No, it's really important we save the 2 seconds.
So this is Ruins. We're just gonna solve some puzzles to start. Normally there's a glitch we'd be doing in this next room, but this category is very orange.
Link's too scared.
Hey! Watch it. This category is really RNG heavy, and doing that skip makes the RNG even worse, especially at the start of the run. It's also just a bad trick in general. If you miss it, you could soft lock. So we could also do it again in the pacifist ending. Again, I'm not going to do it because it's pretty far into the run and missing it would soft lock me.
Yeah.
I want to be so clear. I am also too scared.
If you're unfamiliar, there is a way you can sort of run warp to the end of the room. Link just left, and it saves a lot of time, but it's kind of stupid. So only really do it in like reset PB attempts.
It's also even worse in Geno because by killing first Frogget, which is actually not something you have to kill. We kill it because it gets us to level 2. And that will make, if in this first section where 13 encounters were to go through, you either get Whimsin, which is you just smash and it's a free kill, or Frogget, which is 2 turns and you have to be pretty accurate. But if you're on level 1, I think it's not even guaranteed to get it in 2 turns.
It's not, I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It's actually RNG. So, in this first section, like Willie said, you could either get a Frogget or a Whimsun. As we saw right there, 2 perfect examples. We got a Whimsun right there, we were able to kill it instantly, and then we got a Frogget, which we had to kill in 2 turns. So ideally, we just get as many Whimsuns as possible.
So you mentioned like RNG heavy being part of this run. So I imagine part of that is just having the encounters happen, right? I mean, however many steps you have to do. I'm not sure if there's any RNG manipulation for that.
Yeah, the step count
is it also
is
with
RNG.
what enemies show up in those encounters as like a second element of that?
Yeah, so there is the step count RNG. It doesn't matter too much at these lower kill counts, but as we increase our kills, it'll take longer to get encounters, so step counts will vary more. But yeah, the main RNG comes from what encounters you get. So a Frogget versus a Whimsun is 50-50. There's also different attacks that they could give you. For example, these Froggets, you might see they give me a frog attack in the bottom right corner. If I run into that, that will instantly end the turn, so that saves a little bit of time over just a worse Frogget attack.
The difference between, like, a fast step count and a low step count, when you get to, like, the end of ruins is, like... I don't know the exact number, but it's, like... I want to say it's... Is it 8 seconds or is it 16? It's one of those two.
It's
Really?
very significant either way. It's like something you don't really think about when you're playing the game, but you can actually... Because, like, it's kind of less visible time loss or time save than what encounter you get.
It's really easy to look at what encounters you got, right? And say, oh, I got a lot of Froggets, and the Froggets are slow. But I think a lot more than a lot of people think comes from where the encounters are.
Yeah. Also, a fun thing, this is... Oh, go ahead.
No, so I was going to ask if it was a set number of encounters, like, per zone you have to take out. Like, it's this many. It's always that. It never changes.
Yeah, Ruins is 20.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything has a set amount of kills you need to get, so we're just trying to get there as fast as possible.
So now that I'm at 11
Ruins is 20.
kills, I'm going to move over a little bit. Move over to the next grinding area.
And we've actually kind of done a lot of research into this, because in Undertale, there are, like, each area of the game, each of the 4 main areas have different, like, sub-areas, kind of, and which have different encounters. So this area we're gonna get the last encounter of this, like, sub-area here. And then as we go into the next area, there's gonna be different encounters that we can get. And it's not about making sure we kill each kind, it's the fact that, like, once you get to 13, you don't want to get singles anymore because the step count starts getting higher and higher. And so you need to get more bang for your buck. So we go into this area where there are more enemies per encounter because it's faster to get them here.
Yeah, so for this first part of the grind, we're going to want this encounter right here, Frogget Whimsuns. These are really good because they're doubles and they're really fast to kill. Whimsun is the only enemy in this sub-area that you can kill in 1 turn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be at 15
and yeah, we've
now.
done, like, a lot
13?
of simulations on, like, which way the best way to go, and we've kind of, like, at the beginning of this category's existence, it was a lot of, like, vibes-based on people deciding where they wanted to start moving from one area to the next. But we've kind of, like, hammered down with math and simulations to figure out, like, what the actual best way is.
All right, so you have me curious about simulations for this. I want to know more. How are you simulating this game?
So what I actually did this as, like, a couple years ago. I did this as, like, a kind of thought experiment where, like, I recorded the game, recorded how many, like, frames each encounter took, how many frames it would take to get each encounter, and then I just, like, I put them all into a program, and it was like, okay, it rolled an RNG for 1 encounter, and it just added up all the time. And, like, I don't know exactly what I used, because it was a while ago, but, like, I basically figured out how much each thing took, and then just ran a bunch of simulations to see what it would take, how many runs you would get out. And I think it like contributed no new information. It didn't like change any of the routes. I think we had them all right at that point, but it was actually a fun thing to do.
But you confirmed that we were doing the right thing. So
With science and math,
confirming
yes.
that something is right is good science.
exactly.
True.
You had the speedrunners had a hypothesis, and you went and backed it up with data. So
Scientific
Exactly.
replication is based.
True.
Yeah. that's really cool. I mean,
That is very cool. That was before my time.
yeah, thank you for sharing.
So this is our last encounter for ruins. We got relatively, probably, I would say about average RNG all through ruins. We'll take it.
You got what was the second half? It was
Frogget, Whimsin, single, mold small, and then 2 double Froggets.
That's not bad.
I like that.
Yeah. So we actually did all the. You may have noticed. We only went into 2 of the ruins sub areas. It was the first 2 because we actually get to skip the Napstabluke fight if we have already like activated sort of the Geno flags in ruins. So save a lot of time just being able to walk through all these rooms and no more encounters or fights.
Right. You know,
Yeah, if
Village,
you
I
have
just
all
want you
20
to
of your
know-
kills before you get to Napstabluke, it's like you don't have to fight it.
Village, I just want you to know that for the rest of the show, I'm just mentally imagining you in like a lab coat and like safety glasses, and just a clipboard.
I love that
yeah.
so much.
A chalkboard in the
such
back
an
of the
honor.
room. Yeah.
That's how I imagine Willie.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
And now everybody watching has been cursed with this knowledge as well, and we'll do the same.
I love this.
Alrighty. Do have a little bit of downtime before we get tutorial. This would normally be like a part where we have to start explaining stuff in the neutral or pacifist speedrun, but we are kind of just gonna end this fight instantly. So
Yeah, we'll get there in about an hour, 5 minutes or so.
yeah, don't forget.
then we can explain some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for now,
that later.
Usually Undertale is like you get into a run if you're doing a showcase and like you have to start going so fast on your explanations because it starts off technical, and there was a time where it didn't, but there's a lot of things to explain about this game. And with starting with Geno in this category, which I think this is the first time we've ever had Solus Pacifist showcased anywhere, really. I like that we have a little bit of time to kind of ease into this because it can be a lot to kind of go through at the start.
For sure. And I will say, like, at any point, you know, this is a showcase. I mean, I guess if you're on PB pace or something, keep going, like, don't stop. But if, like, there's something in here that, like, you know, you need to pause for a second and be like, oh, hey, you know, this is what's going on. I need a little bit more time to explain it. That's perfectly okay. You can do that as game masters. You know, I encourage that. So
Perfect.
don't feel you have to like rush through an explanation. If it needs time, you can give the time it needs.
I can definitely see us
rip
taking
the
advantage of
monkey,
that.
yes.
Yeah, rip. And we're entering
That's
Snowden.
retribution for all the neutral runs I lost.
So Snowden has 16 kills that we need to get, and a lot of the first ones are scripted. So something that wasn't really a thing in Ruins, but is going to be a thing in most, I think, all of the next areas, is scripted encounters. So the first, you know, whatever 5 or however many encounters will always be the same. Less RNG.
Yeah, the game
Yay.
wants you to see its cast of characters, so it'll make sure that like the first encounters give. So Ruins kind of does this just by virtue of a lot of the rooms you just always get an encounter in, so you see them. But like when you get to the further areas, it's like there are a lot of rooms that are required to get an encounter in. Even in a neutral run, like you're always going to get an encounter in this room because the step count is just in the whole room. And a lot of the encounters are, the first, like, so many encounters, it's like, it lets you see all the characters, and then it runs out, and so then it gets, like, from a pool of the extra ones.
Yeah, so kind of like in neutral, it's really nice that a lot of the later rooms you're guaranteed not getting encountered, because encounters, you have no reason to do them in neutral, so you just want to run. But in Geno, you actually want the lower step counts so that you can get encounters without having to grind for them.
We're gonna get our first weapon, the Tough Glove, and then grind for an encounter right away. It's always gonna be a Snowdrake.
Snowdrake has a mom.
Snowdrake
has a
does have a
mom.
mom.
No.
Yeah, check back in 2 hours to find out more about that.
We're just setting up all this stuff for the next part of the run.
It's gonna be a movie. There's actually just, why not, fun thing to explain. You can get an encounter on this cutscene trigger and grind during it, but obviously it's like 1 in 30 chance RNG, and it doesn't even save time sometimes, so we don't do it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get an
funny
ice
test, right?
cap here. And we could just one-hit it. Next up, we're gonna get our first dog mini-boss of Snowden. These will not count towards our kill count, but we have to kill them, or else Geno will be aborted.
Yeah, and welcome to the very confusing Geno plot flags, or murder level, or stuff like that that just isn't very consistent. Snowden, it's very noticeable, not only for with the dog kills sometimes not counting, but also the music sometimes just doesn't slow down, like it slows down in a different way, and it's very misleading, but thankfully we know what we're doing.
Yeah, Snowden is really weird.
Undertale does a couple things to like let you know that you're on this Geno route. Obviously cutscenes are different, but like most of the areas have slowed down music, more ominous stuff. There's a part in Snowden. There's parts in Snowden where it's like it forgets that you are on the Geno route because something. It just like forgets, and so it plays the music normally, but you're still on it.
Maybe it's just there to mess with you.
No, wrong word.
I went for a wrong
Like,
warp
that was
there.
a very terrible attempt at a wrong warp.
Hey, that
Dude.
text box is longer in this category. I didn't know that.
Really, I don't. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So we will explain what Link is going for there probably a bit later. It's like there's a wrong warp tech, and we use it a lot in like neutron true pacifists, but not really ever in this category. So we're just gonna save that explanation for later. But it's the same thing that makes the strat at the start of the run work that we also didn't explain. That Link didn't do.
Okay, I'm seeing a question about what is this category, so I'm just going to give it another explanation for those who just have tuned in more recently. We're running Solus Pacifist. Basically, how this category works is you have to do a genocide route and then a pacifist route, and that gets you a special ending at the end of the pacifist route, and so that's the goal of the category. It's kind of like a budget 100%. It's kind of, I feel like, what a lot of people think of when they would think of a 100% run, where it's like you're doing the 3 main endings of the game.
And there is a category called all major endings where you do this, but you also do all of the neutral endings. This game has a lot of like random neutral endings depending on who you spare and who you kill. So this like cuts all of that nonsense down. It's just the 3 main routes.
I think this is my favorite part of this
puzzle
route.
skip are you gonna go for?
Yeah, this honestly gave me a big laugh. I'm not sure how much that tells me about me as a person, but the fact that it just stops giving you the puzzles and you don't have to worry about
It's
it.
like
You can just
you
walk
don't
through.
care.
Like,
Isn't it wonderful?
I think this is actually hilarious. So,
It's a really good bit.
it's a great bit.
Toby Fox was cooking up a feast with
Toby
everything
Fox
in
is
this
quite
game.
funny. Yeah.
5-course meal.
And I just want to say this game is over 10 years old now.
It's messed up.
That's kind of absurd.
We're coming up on 11. Another dog
it's
that's
hard to
not counted to
believe.
kill here. There is RNG, more attack RNG, and it's sort of the same thing as the frog, where sometimes the dog can fall asleep on the floor, and if you run into the dog, then the attack ends, and it saves a couple seconds. But
We would never see
Link-
that.
Link's not seeing it. Why would we get good? If you can't tell, this category is insanely RNG heavy.
Yeah.
It's RNG in this game, and especially this category, will come and find you in ways you just would never even expect.
Yeah, there's some crazy.
I mean, the good thing
We'll talk
about
about it.
having an RNG heavy run is that you can always blame any sort of, run ruining moment on, oh, that was just bad RNG. Yep.
Exactly.
True.
It's never your fault.
That's-
It's always the game's.
A great.
So Link went left after the bridge here, and this is actually a new thing. Well, kind of new. It wasn't a thing when I started running. Basically, this room, on the left and the right, have two different kinds of room transitions. There are normal room transitions, which are 5 frames, 6 frames, one of those two numbers. There are also room transitions that are music faders that like kill the music, and those are long. And on the right, there's a music fader transition, which is 10 frames. And on the left, there's a normal transition, which is 5 frames. So if you go left here to start grinding, at one point we're going to cross back over so that we like get the steps on the way back. But every single time you transition out of the room, it saves you 10 frames.
Yep. I don't know
And
if you ever
actually, we haven't talked
explained.
about this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you've explained why we're retransitioning every time. I mean, it's as simple as because it's faster, pretty much. But
Yeah.
you get a lower step count when you enter the room versus when you've already done an encounter in that room. So you just want
There's
to
those two
reset it
different
every
step
time.
counts. And it's a game design idea. Basically, it's like the game wants you to get one encounter in a room, but if you're like exploring a room, it doesn't want you to get a ton of encounters. So it like gives you the one, but then we abuse that by resetting it to give you the fast one again.
Mhm.
All right, I'm
think
getting
I should
agitated in chat.
mention-
I must address this. 8 frames and 14, not 5 and 10. I must address this.
Unbelievable.
Mhm. Learn.
One thing I should
Cancel
mention is on these triple encounters that I'm getting, I'm doing my encounter menuing while I'm also attacking. So, I will be hitting Ice Cap, and then right after that, I will be pressing up on my keyboard. And that will basically menu down to Snowdrake. We don't want to kill Jerry. We don't like Jerry. Jerry takes
He takes 10
so
attacks.
much time to
Jerry is
kill.
the only person we spare.
Luckily, it doesn't
And
abort
the world is
Geno.
worse off because of it.
Awkward. Yeah, so Jerry, like Link said, takes a really long time to kill, so we just kill the fast ones and then get out of there. We might have to
Yeah,
kill
and-
Jerry. It gets to a point where it's faster to kill Jerry than get another step count roll, but that is like pretty much only at the very end.
Yeah, and that's coming up right now, actually. I'm at 13 kills, so right now, I would love a triple encounter. I would love to kill Jerry right now, because otherwise, I would be stuck at 15 kills. 14 kills, which is a very long step count.
Yeah. And then Jerry might get to live.
For the math fans out there, 14, if you're at 14 kills, the step count is 8 times bigger than if you were at 0 kills.
And we're gonna see it!
I am glad at least that it's not like encounter based. It's like, how many actual enemies do you have to take out?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Imagine if
Yeah,
there's 20
for sure.
encounters, not 20 enemies.
Yeah.
Dude, I would be if it was 20 encounters and I got a triple, I would be losing it.
That would be
And you have to
so
it's kinda
kill
like
Jerry
reverses it, right?
every
You want the
single
small number
time.
count.
Yeah.
But yeah, Link was talking about earlier menuing while you're inside of the battle. The menu kind of stays active until the enemies start their attacks, which can mess you up because, like, I've got ADHD, and I like touching my keyboard. I be tapping that thing. And then sometimes I'm just on the wrong thing because I was accidentally
Yeah.
tapping.
Surely nobody
Um,
watching can relate to that. No, definitely not.
Clueless.
On the Switch
Yeah.
version of the game, actually, it still makes the menu sound. It doesn't make the menu sound on this version, but on the Switch one, it makes the menu sound, so it's like very obvious what's happening.
Mhm.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's what happens.
You never know with this game.
Um,
So
What Link was trying to do there was get text storage so he could wrong word, but he didn't do it because he messed up.
the elusive
Thank
realm
you.
that we keep dodging.
and I'm gonna go for something really nonsense here.
Oh,
Oh.
You got it.
Oh.
Once. You got it, Matt.
Oh.
Ah!
All right, so I'll take a crack at this. So what Link was trying to do is there's like you couldn't see it because the screen is completely covered by the snow, but there's a sloped tree kind of right on the trigger for this cutscene, and just because of the way collision works, if you hold into that slope and open the cell menu, you'll just have text storage. Like the cutscene will start and the text will open, so you can have text storage, which doesn't let you skip this cutscene or anything. There's an invisible wall, but you can save some time. I think you can move a little bit, and there's some camera scroll stuff. I don't know. This is like a month old, so I'm not super familiar. I'm sorry to all the TASers and runners in chat who know way more about this that are just watching me butcher it, but it's okay.
It's a fun one though.
Sorry.
I love going for that, especially for a showcase. I'm gonna get one more shot at it later in the run. So.
Redemption! Stay tuned for Link's Redemption.
That saves like 2 seconds for the record, so you know it was not worth it after the first failure.
I'm coming up on the first big glitch of the run now.
Oh yeah, this game
Are
is
you doing
glitches.
sad?
No.
Of course. Oh. Okay.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, I saw you do the double tap up.
Who wants to explain it?
I'll take a crack at it again. I mean, it's a similar thing. We're opening this. So the reason we want to open the cell menu is because cell is beautiful because it takes 2 frames to open. You can do C and Z on 1 frame, which opens the menu and opens the cell part of the menu, and then enter, which is the same thing as Z, on the next frame. And you'll just get an instant phone call. And the way that cutscene works is it starts, but it doesn't take your movement away immediately, like most cutscenes do. It actually takes your movement away 4 frames later. I think it's kind of to create the effect of you are like walking in the grass and then Undyne sees you. But it turns out in that 4 frames, we can open the cell and get some text on screen. And then we can use that text. Once we close that text, we'll get our movement back, even if the cutscene has already started. So we can skip the cutscene.
Very nice.
You just walk out of the room. Nice.
That strap's actually like pretty old these days. I still think of it as a pretty new strap, but it was found almost 6 years ago now.
It was found what? It was found
2020.
2020. What month though?
May.
May.
Damn.
Yeah.
This guy knows his stuff.
So I started running this game in 2019. So like it was like this was that Seagrass skip was like the first major skip to kind of come out while I was a runner, and it was 30 seconds in every major category. And most of our skips in this game really only apply to like the main glitch categories, which is neutral, which you'll see why that is with the punch card later. Stay tuned for that. But to have like something that affected all the categories at the same time and save so much time, and it's honestly not. It's a lot harder than it's a lot easier than it looks.
Yeah. Most of the tricks in this game, at least once we get like to pacifist and we have the punch card, are frame perfect. So to have a strat that actually is like a 4 frame window, which Seagrass skip is kind of a blessing. This game is 30 FPS, so 4 frames is about 0.13. Or yeah, no, that's right. I can.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, that saves about 30 seconds, so very huge.
Yep.
In a game like this, very optimized.
Going out of our way here to pick up a new weapon called the ballet shoes. The ballet shoes are pretty good. And you'll see our first instance of frame perfect attacks.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
More frame perfects. You just were talking about those.
Yeah, so this category doesn't have a lot of frame perfects in terms of glitches, but in terms of weapon attacks, you have to be very good with the ballet shoes and especially the burnt pan.
And if you're evil, the empty gun. But we don't.
Yeah, it's just slower.
It's faster. So, Yeah, we're mainly gonna be using the ballet shoes and burnt pan because the empty gun is a weapon you can get, but it's like astronomically harder to use. So
And it's slower.
And it's slower. It's faster in like very few categories. But,
yeah, it's pretty niche. It's fun to practice though.
Yeah.
There's an argument that if you're like not good at the game, it's better.
That is true.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. Pretty much like every...
Because like if you're not getting frame perfects with the pan, the gun is like better.
Yeah, you get like more. You do more damage.
It has a higher
worse.
base.
Yeah. Yeah, gun patterns are fun just because they're hard. So when you hit one, it feels really good. But enough about the gun, the weapon that we're not using.
Yeah. So Link's now in this for all of Waterfall is going to be using the ballet shoes from here on out. We'll switch weapons once we get into Hotland and get access to the burnt pan. But for the ballet shoes, you'll see those 3 bars go across the screen. How it calculates basically the closer the bars are to the center, and if you get a center, the bar turns gold. They're worth more points if you get it closer to the center. You add up all the points you get, and then that is like a multiplication factor to the damage you do.
Which is huge. Like, you do way more, especially with the burnt pan, you do pretty much twice as much damage when you hit a quad as when you...
The burnt pan has the special property that because it has 4 attacks, and the empty gun also has this because it has 4, you can get to a score level that is above 390. And if it's above 390, which there's a couple ways to get it. I won't really explain it too much. I won't, but you get like a multiplier to your damage if it's above 390, and then again if it's above 430.
Right.
And all perfects is 440.
It's going to be nipping spears a little bit. This is spears 2. We kind of glossed over spears 1, explaining...
Hey Link, you got hit!
I didn't quite catch that. Thanks for letting me know.
Good shout, Willie.
I'm so happy that the commentators here are just so supportive of our runner.
Great call out.
I love you, Link.
That was close. You might have gotten hit if Willie didn't say something.
Woo!
Look out!
That was a close one.
But yeah, the spears in this chase sequence kind of go in the spawn out in the direction that you're walking, so you can do it where you're holding up to pretend you're gonna go up. Then she shoots out the spears, and you're like, actually, I'm going down, and it's really easy to dodge it that way.
Got me. All right.
Also, I should mention, there has only been one RNG encounter so far in Waterfall. It was the worst one.
Classic marathon luck. So,
I think that's just
Waterfall's a little weird.
Oh yeah, and that right there, that text box, that was time lost since it's Dirt D.
That was time loss.
Great
I was
catch.
taking notes,
that's the
mental notes.
first
Yeah,
instance. Nice.
But we do
Shout
it
out
for
to
the
Dirt D,
fans.
though.
yes.
And that's also going to be in the neutral, the same exact text. So, double that time loss.
Now, normally this dummy is really angry, like superbly angry. But in this category, she is actually super glad. I don't know why, really. I'm not really too familiar with the lore of this game, but...
Link, you don't know why they're all dead. I don't want to hear it.
You're killing them. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's
next up, we got a Temmie. Temmie's really funny, because Temmie could troll later, but for now, that Temmie's fine.
There are some really weak enemies in this game. You see Link is basically mashing the ballet shoes and they're dying, but if you mash that too fast, you actually can live and not do enough damage. So
yeah,
you have to be a little
wait
careful.
just a little. Just a smidge.
But it's one of those things that's like a rite of passage if you run this game, you have to whiff a Temmie.
You have to whiff a Temmie. What's the neutral version of it?
There's so many.
What would be the neutral version of it? I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
It's got to be ripping the punch card.
We'll find out when we get there.
It's gonna
Link is
happen.
gonna do a mistake for you guys.
Yeah.
Next up, we got our last scripted encounter of Waterfall. It's gonna be a Washua Molbig. We're gonna menu down to the Molbig first because Washua's attack is a little bit faster than Molbig's.
Yeah, there's
So there are actually a lot of tiny optimizations like that that high-level players will know, like where you can start hitting the enemy, like how especially you saw it in Ruins where Link was like not hitting perfect centers because you don't have to go all the way for a lot of the enemies. And in this instance, knowing that if you go down to the second enemy, it's faster. There's a lot of tiny optimizations that you just have to like have the memory to learn.
There's the Temmie.
There's the Temmie. So we're gonna have to grind for an extra encounter. Oh well.
You know, I know this is
And we're gonna
supposed
do
to
it
be the
here.
route where your character's supposed to be like seen as scary. Everybody thinks it's horrifying. You're just kind of like this basic, you know, little kid with no facial expression. But honestly, if I saw someone doing 180s every frame, like every 10th of a second, and just like going through, like, walking towards me, I was like, I'd be out of here. I just like, nope,
With a
I'm
neutral
gone.
face on.
Yeah, like this is their.
It's almost
everyday.
scarier if they do have an expression.
Yeah.
I've fled from that era. Normally in a PB attempt, I wouldn't do that, but if I get another Temmie here, it'll be funny, so...
So
I'll do
now
it for
we
the fans.
want the Temmie. Or wait, do we want the Temmie? So
Gonna have to grind
we're
for one more
grinding.
encounter now.
So yeah, Waterfall's
And that was
18,
for the fans,
so
okay.
That was for the
we don't
fans.
want to be offset. We don't want to be offset by one because there's a 25. Is it 25% for Temmie?
It is.
I
It's
couldn't
either
tell ya.
25 or 20% for Temmie. I'm not so sure. I think it's 20%.
Exceedingly unlucky, but because of the amount of scripted encounters in Waterfall, it's actually like the split that it is easiest to get perfect RNG in, which is fun. But obviously
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Everywhere else, like perfect RNG is like not happening, but Waterfall you could kind of expect it, especially if you're going for a PB or world record. For perfect Waterfall RNG, it's about a 1 in 20 chance, so obviously the odds are still not in your favor in the slightest, but compared to everything else in this game, those are the best odds you're gonna get.
The other parts of this game are like heat depth of the universe level of unlikely. So to see a
Yeah.
1 in 20 is like not that bad.
We're gonna get to the Sands fight a little later, spoiler alert, and that even though the RNG in the Sands fight is the least significant, it is insanely like the perfect Sands, like Taz Sands, is the least likely thing in this entire game, probably.
It's
up
so
there.
unlikely that TASes don't even bother manipulating it.
It's because TASes can't manipulate it. It's faster to settle for a suboptimal pattern than to spend the time manipulating for it.
It's absurd. We're coming up on Undying the Undying now. This is one of the two pretty Geno exclusive famous bosses of the Geno ending. This one, in my opinion, in the speedrun is harder than Sans, just because we have to worry about Ballet Shoes attacks.
I concur.
We're going to be going for a quick kill on Undyne, which requires pretty decent skill with the Ballet Shoes. Need to hit a few triples, and besides that, I need to hit gold hits, which is hitting 2 out of 3. So I'm just going to go for my best here. I should be fine to get the quick kill, but we'll see.
Talk about damage rolls too. So you're to see 1764 was that first attack, and that was an all perfect. And if you see Link get a second damage, it might be different. Yeah, 1743. So in any of the Burp Pan, Empty Gun, or Notebook Ballet Shoes, there's a 50% chance to get a like normal level of damage, then 25% to get +1, and 25% to get -1, basically. In the Undyne fight specifically, the damage you do gets multiplied by 21. So it's actually ±21. And
Wow. So Link actually got like the high and low bound. It's 43 and 64.
Are all these attacks, with the arrows coming in, they have to deflect? Are those consistent, or can it be random, like the order the arrows show up in?
In the green
this part
soul
right here.
phase, where you have
Yeah.
the shield, they are always consistent.
Okay.
No. The
There's a
slow
couple
ones
that
aren't
are-
consistent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
But-
The
So-
slow ones
so
are
the-
different.
I'll point it out when it's one that isn't consistent.
Okay.
You're
sounds good.
not gonna see the slow ones again, realistically, but
Yeah, unless.
So
Link
I
really
was bad at the game, and I get to the slow ones when I
Well,
played.
But what
I
about,
see
like,
a
turn
really
2?
cool way to dodge these attacks.
Oh yeah, these attacks are red soul and also consistent. They're just based on where your soul's current position is. So we have a consistent way to dodge it, which is just holding left.
I love it.
And you're actually, this is a little known tech. If you're pressing X or Shift, which is like the cancel button, in a battle, your soul moves at half speed.
Yeah.
People don't know about this. Undertale
yes.
never tells you about it. And
It's in Deltarune too.
useful for some fights.
Yeah, it's in Deltarune too. It's very useful there too because you actually.
Don't they
really
tell you
get
about it in
self-control.
Deltarune?
I don't read the dialogue.
I think they do.
I feel like they do. I've never played Deltarune, so
True. So yeah, Link's about to end here. Pretty good accuracy of the ballet shoes. Like Willie was talking about earlier, their score system. Hitting perfect triples on the ballet shoes doesn't matter as much as just kind of the total amount of gold bars you hit throughout the entire
exactly.
fight. So
Yeah, I think with Undying, you could get away with only 2 triples if everything else is a gold hit, so
I think one.
it's not too bad.
Yeah, I heard one, but you would know.
Oh,
And so-
I could see it being 1.
Maybe
60,
damage
like,
rolls.
so a 70% like perfect hit rate, basically for like you need to hit 75 or 70% of the bars or 75%, something like that, right in the middle.
Hmm.
That sounds hard. It's hard, but also like toppeners are good at this game.
Yeah.
The patterns are also consistent with the ballet shoes, so
Mm-hmm.
you'll get good with them fast if you just keep practicing.
The
Yeah.
ballet shoes and the burnt pan only have 9 patterns each.
Yeah.
It's not
Very-
just like there's not an infinite possibility of patterns. So you
I'm gonna
like
I'm gonna bring
memorize
up the,
kind of the timing between them.
I'm gonna bring up the empty gun again. Unlike the empty gun, which has what is it? Is it 27 patterns?
Oh,
27.
gross.
As the first bar is always consistent, and the other 3 can have 9 different positions. Is that right? Or it's something.
The other 3
like
have
that.
3 options each.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it is. Glitch. Hello. So we get text storage during a cutscene, and we're gonna do what's called a choicer overflow, which is pretty complicated. All the choicers in this game are stored in a list, and when you take something, it does. Willie could explain this way better, but I'm giving it a shot because I learned how it works recently. All the choicers are stored in a list, and when you take an item, it basically adds 1 to that. So if you sort of update that list more than the game expects you to, you can sort of get to items when you shouldn't be able to. So you can get the instant noodles from the fridge there, but the next choicer in the list is the burnt pan. So when you add 1 to the list again, which you can do just by having text storage and interacting again, then you get the burnt pan choicer, and you can just pick it up even though we're nowhere near the burnt pan.
All right, Willie J, how good was that explanation? How accurate?
Yeah, give
All
me a
right, I'm gonna
rating.
put on my lab coat for this. Jack,
Oh,
you were
no.
basically perfect.
Good.
Yay!
That's my man, Jack.
Yeah, so it advances the choicer by 1. When you have multiple choicers, you're not like resetting it because you're not interacting with the object again, and you pull the burnt pan straight out of the fridge.
Beautiful. So yeah, normally we'd have to. It's actually not like it's like 15 seconds or so. It's not a huge.
It
time
really
save.
isn't bad.
So, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Get a burnt pan on.
One of the very few glitches in genocide. And actually, this category, we actually don't have a glitchless version of this category. There's like 3 glitches total.
We've seen them.
You've seen
We've
them all.
seen them all.
Yeah.
You've seen the glitches. So yeah, we actually don't have a glitchless version. So like Secret Skip, which was the one with Undyne earlier. I don't know if we ever said its name. And Early Burnt Pan, which is what you just saw, are the 2 kind of are the two skips you learn if you're doing Geno as a new runner, and neither of them are too hard. They're both like, if you have played Undertale, you could get them within like, I would say if you've played Undertale once, you could get them within 15 minutes. Like, you could get it down within 15 minutes, I think.
It's
maybe not get it
simple
down,
inputs.
but get it once.
Yeah.
Simple inputs. And we're almost entering core. You may notice Link is not really grinding for enemies, and that's because it's way faster. Core and Holland are considered one area, so we're just gonna do all our kill grinding in core because there's a lot more doubles and sometimes triples, which is way faster.
And the step count is really fast.
Yeah.
That's the main reason, actually, more than the fact that the doubles and triples, that the step count in the core bridge and the other areas of core are really, really fast.
Yep.
You have to get 40 kills between the two areas.
Unfortunately, core is by far the hardest part of the Geno run. It requires not only not perfect RNG, but very, very good RNG. But also quads with the burnt pan. Very similar to triples with the ballet shoes. It's basically the same thing. But instead of having to hit 3 bars, we have to hit 4 frame perfect bars now. And there are some encounters in core where we have to hit a quad to kill in one turn.
Yeah, needing to hit quads is one thing. Yeah, it's so... There's certain enemies, you'll see them, it's Night and Magic, that have more health. So you are required to quad to save time and kill them in one turn. It's really evil because you don't know when they're gonna come. It's RNG. So you don't know, like not all quads you have to hit, but some of them you do, and it just makes this section so nerve-wracking.
And so you get a quad on an enemy you don't have to get a quad on, and then you miss it on one you do, and then you're sad.
Classic. Yeah.
It's not actually double damage, it's more technical than that. The lab coat could come on because like the damage bonus is actually 1.8 times, but you get more from getting it in the center. Also, it's basically 2 times. I have a video on like how the actual calculation works. It's pretty cool.
It's like going from Celsius to Fahrenheit. 1 times 2 plus.
That's what 1.8 is.
Yeah.
Jack is really good at physics. Jack puts on the lab coat for physics.
When you hit a quad, it's Fahrenheit. When you miss, it's Celsius. Just think of it that way.
Jack, I'm passing you the lab coat. Take yours now.
So the way core... Explain,
We're coming up on our first Night Magic. This one's scripted. After this, it's going to be all RNG from here. Again, gotta hit quads on these guys to kill in one turn, so lock in.
Yeah!
Killing.
And you see Link attack the magic first, because it's again a situation of the Night attack is faster. And I think you always menu down, right?
I don't anymore. I know a few people that do. I'm really glad I hit those quads. Willie was gonna make so much fun of me.
I was getting ready to make so much fun of you.
Crisis averted.
So now we're getting into the RNG. We're done with scripted. So we have like 30 more encounters pretty much. We have actually more scripted later at the very end, but we're saving them because there's a warrior's path kind of at the top of core you may or may not be familiar with. And those encounters are not based on your step count, they just are triggers. So when you walk into the trigger, you'll get the encounter. So when we have the highest step count, we want to go there so that we don't have to go through the high step count.
And there's actually one of the things I found when I was doing my little math adventure is that there's a weird situation in which it's not, you like don't get it last because you like walk the steps from the core bridge.
See when we get there.
I also want to say on top of the Night and Magic, the Astigmatism has 120 health, and if you're not good at the game, that can be a little scary sometimes.
Or the top runners make mistakes too. There's plenty of
top runners
PBs
do make mistakes. Especially
No,
when they're
Steven doesn't
nervous.
Timers don't make mistakes. What are we talking about?
This has happened before to me. When I get nervous, I will kind of like jitter on the keyboard. So sometimes when hitting a quad, when I'm nervous, I will just double input, and that just ruins everything right then and there.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say, yeah, because like, if you like hit one right away, not only are you forfeiting like a quarter of the points you can get from hitting them in the center, you're also forfeiting the bonus of 1.8 times and also the bonus of 1.2 times for like the good hit. So like, you lose a lot. And
That's like Kelvin.
I have definitely rolled 119 on a stigmatism before, and I was really sad.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah. No skill checks so far, have there been?
There's been one, but
There's been
we
one.
were able to get through it.
Glanced over.
Unfortunately, there have been no
Jack
triples, but that's okay.
Jack probably assumed that there wasn't any because he didn't hear me make fun of you, and
Yeah.
and it would have just assumed that you missed the clock.
I mean, I'm simply just better.
I'm just watching this. vicariously
Unfortunately,
through
quads are pretty easy. I feel like an average
Oh!
geometry dash player can do it probably.
So you
I don't
think
know
I
if we
could
can be
do it?
friends anymore.
Yeah, no, you could. There's like, there's
I can't
definitely
do
a
it.
pattern. There's definitely a
Oh.
pattern of like, ooh, nice triple. Yeah, we want a triple. We want two. Since it's 40 kills, you come in on an odd number. Actually, it's a little complicated. Basically, you want one triple, and if you get another one, it offsets because you're on an even number. You want another number.
Yeah.
Warrior's Path. So
But you could get singles, and those are sad.
singles are sad,
Because
but-
singles are also always night-nights or magics, and you have to get a cloud on them.
For
Yeah.
a good core, you generally want an odd number of total triples and singles. Ideally, they're all triples. Ideally, you get like 5 triples, but that never happens.
If you get all doubles and a triple, you're like happy.
Yeah, which is what I
Yeah.
got here. So this is actually a very good core.
Yeah. You can't ask for any better than this, pretty much. Or you can, but you shouldn't. That would be great.
There's one more skill check coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And if
the
I
script
get
isn't
it,
that
I'm gonna
magic.
be the happiest man on the planet.
And I just want to say, don't mess up.
I'm gonna be. I'm so scared.
The world's watching you, like... There's one.
Oh, dude, I'm holding my breath.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Bang! Dude, okay.
Very nice.
As much as I was really like would have loved to make fun of you, that was a really impressive core.
You really? That's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
No
That'd be
way.
the nicest thing you've said on the show. So
It probably is.
Oh, you said my explanation was perfect. That was nice.
Your explanation was really good, Jack.
Yay! Alrighty, so we're pretty much done with the RNG. I mean, there's sands, but we don't worry about that RTA.
Hey, Link. I saw what you did.
Don't say a word, Willie.
So what Link did, we are switching to the tough glove because we want the tough glove for the rest of the fight, basically.
Hey, Willie.
None of the encounters in the rest what?
Who's
We
gonna tell
don't
them?
want the tough glove.
It's the ballet shoes. I have the ballet shoes. Link equipped the tough gloves. So the
Willie,
ballet shoes
your
have the
explanation
fastest
was-
animation in the.
Sorry.
The ballet shoes have the fastest animation in the game, and none of the attacks, and none of the enemies anymore matter what you do to them. It just always does the same thing. Either it kills or it doesn't. Well, every attack, because Sans is the only enemy left, is gonna miss. So you just want the one with the fastest thing. And Link so foolishly equipped the tough glove when he meant to equip the ballet shoes, and so he had to re-equip the ballet shoes.
It happens.
Oh,
it
Link.
happens.
Happens to the best of
Yeah.
us
Top runners make mistakes.
and the rest of us.
But unfortunately, it's no longer a perfect core because of that mistake. So, GG's.
gosh, I love how much detail you're going into for every mistake about why it was awful. why is this here's why
You're on
in
Game
excruciating
Masters.
detail. Yeah.
Here on
And
Game
here's
Master,
exactly
we
how
try to-
Link messed up.
We try to disprove that the runner is really a game master.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end my streak of being mean here. The reason I can go into detail about the minor things is that Link is a really good runner of this game, and he does not mess up a lot of things. And so, if he was worse at the game, I wouldn't have the opportunity to pick out the small stuff.
They're right. All right.
That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Here is Flowey Tail. We didn't explain mashing, did we?
No, now's a good time though.
Yeah. So normally in this game, we mash with ZX enter shift. That's like the confirm and cancel keys. There's 2 of each, and confirm clears a text box, and cancel skips to the end of a text box. So if you do X and then Z, you'll clear a text. So we're just like cycling through those 4 buttons as fast as possible, just so we can do it on both hands. In normal text boxes, it's very rhythmic because you don't want to be like overlapping. Like, we're not pressing Z and X on the same frame, enter shift X frame. Like, it's Z, X, enter shift in that very specific order. But there are a couple exceptions, and one of them is Flowey Tail, this section, and it actually does let you press X and Z on the same frame and clear the text, and then get to the end of the next one. So in this section, it's what we call random mashing, which is just sort of going ham on your keyboard. But most of the time, it's rhythmic. It's not bad for your hands. It's mostly just a skill that you can practice and improve at.
Yeah,
I'll give that
so-
explanation a 10 out of 10.
yes!
Yeah, okay, I can give it a 10 out of 10. I agree.
Yay!
I say like I have
That's
any
basically the
authority
match.
on the matter here.
Besides
you can actually,
random
like-
mashing, there's nothing to do to speed this up, sadly. However, in an hour or so, we're going to be going through a gauntlet of nonsense to speed this little section up.
A gauntlet of Michael.
So keep that in mind. You have a lot to keep in mind for the next route. You keep alluding
Link,
to.
why did you save there?
Just in case. It would
You never know these
happen.
days.
Do you
It would
really think
never
you're gonna die to
happen.
Sans?
It would never happen,
really
but
think
I
you're gonna die to Sans?
haven't done Sans in about a year.
So what would happen if you did not save there and you happened to die?
I would
Where
have.
is the autosave?
My last save would probably be in Snowden.
No, but there's an autosave, surely.
Where's the autosave?
I don't know
Is
where
it
the
power?
autosave
It must
is.
be after, like... Someone in chat knows.
You know, I'm glad I stumped you.
There's an
all with that
autosave
question.
somewhere. It's
Yeah.
far back, though.
I guess we're not
Where's
game
the autosave
masters.
here? Yeah. All right, Ty, you're gonna have to save
It's
this
like-
one. Where's the
You
last
get
autosave?
chat.
Minimum
for this
15
boss?
minutes if you don't save there and you die.
Is it... It must be core. I don't know. Well, we'll find out. But, yeah, Sans. So, we talked about this a lot already, but we want the fastest attack animation because our attacks don't do anything anymore. This just has a set amount of turns, and we have to fight to progress the fight, so we need to be fighting every turn. That's why healing is slow. Normally we want to like spare if we're trying to get through turns fast, but Sans does not like that. And it's just sort of don't get hit. Simple as that.
Don't get hit, forehead.
Yeah. You don't have invincibility frames in this fight.
I would
but,
never get hit.
um,
Ignore the fact that I've already gotten
You're
hit
at
in this.
85 health. You took 7 frames of damage.
No, so what happened is the game got confused and pretended I got hit.
That's actually part of the
I
RNG.
think you got confused.
Nah.
I do want to mention there's actually a serious mode in the certain Undertale
yeah.
boss fights.
Good shout.
And they have some weird properties. The sand fight is one of them. In this case, we're not going to see really any serious mode properties because they normally revolve around healing items. I don't have any healing items with me, so
Yeah, but one of the things it does is like butterscotch pie is normally every good as butts pie, which is like a joke because it says butt and it's funny, but it doesn't do that. It's just pie in serious fights. Or like the instant noodles is another one. Which did you eat the instant noodles? Like, or do you still have them?
No, Link didn't pick them up.
I thought you needed to pick them up early. Okay, whatever.
No, you can just say no to
knowledge
pick
showing.
them up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't.
When in doubt, pinkies out.
What does that mean?
What?
That has to be.
Y'all don't watch SpongeBob?
There's no way that's a thing.
That is a SpongeBob
Sorry.
reference.
I don't watch
These
old
attacks
cartoons.
right here,
okay?
the little flashy things where it goes into the little mini things, they have RNG in them.
This is the worst attack in the entire fight.
This attack is so scary.
It didn't look bad there because I got pretty lucky, but that could get very scary very fast.
I've lost half my health to that attack.
Oh yeah, I've died to that.
And the big gaster blasters are like, you would think they're harder. No, the small ones are the scary ones.
Yeah, they're fast. Scary. So yeah, phase 2 is actually where the RNG is that we kept talking about. That doesn't really matter. There's sort of Sans has a certain amount of attacks, and it can be random to make it feel like it's just like, completely unpredictable. I'll point it out again when we get to it, but certain attacks, namely like the Gaster Blaster one that happens for like 1 second is really fast, and other ones are really slow.
And the
Also, I
game
think
does a
the
little
last one
repetition avoidance, where it'll like, if you roll the same attack, or if you roll like the same thing twice or whatever, it will like, it'll try rolling again, like, I think a couple times, I don't know how many, but like it'll try to not let you have the same attack choice, but it doesn't like totally prevent it, so like if it takes a couple times and you just keep rolling it, it's like, whatever, we're giving you the attack. But there's some like repetition prevention there.
Yeah,
Link's on the last attack now.
that's why it's so astronomically impossible to get.
What's happening here?
I forgot about that.
So yeah, those bones are just they're set apart such that your soul can fit between them. Normally, your pixel offset just doesn't let that happen. But if you jump against the left wall that sand slams you against, you can make that offset different than what's supposed to be in fit through.
Link, that's a lot of purple.
Like you got hit.
The fight's over, champ.
If this was a no hit, it wouldn't count anymore. Fun fact, there is a strat here. I'm not sure if TAS does it. I don't know whether it's faster, but if you get the CT item from Gerson's shop, you can actually not have to wait through Sans' dialogue here and push the battle box while he's talking. And you can get to the fight button. It works because it's like pixel offsets, but it's like sub-pixel stuff. I don't... It's been a while since I've looked into it, but it's really funny.
I'm taking off the lab coat. I'm clearly out that.
If I'm wrong about that, that would be really sad, because normally Lily can back me up, but I swear
I'm not going
it's
to do
real.
a fact check on you real time. That's going to be up to chat.
Tassers in chat.
Y'all
back me
gotta
up.
stay seated for Jack's if block explanation later in the room.
Oh, I'm
The
cooking
lab
up.
say whatever you want to me, and I'll be like, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds right. But it's not me you're trying to fool, right?
Yeah.
Undertale speedrun explanations really just rely on hopes and dreams.
They're stitched
They
together.
really rely on spares from glam burgers.
We could just be saying the game gets confused for all of these.
It's kind
Yeah,
of what
right.
happens,
Best.
like...
The game is so confused in this. But now we've reached the end. Sans is about to fall asleep. So now, Hotfix chat, I ask you this question. Do you snore? And if you snore, do you snore going honk, shoo, honk, shoo? Or do you snore going honk, me, 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 me?
That's a very specific
On
question.
everyone's soul, there cannot be a single person who honked me-me-me's.
Yeah,
I think
there's
that's
no
what
way.
Mario
That's what
does.
someone would do with their fake snoring.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe it. Sans is
I don't
beep beep.
know. Me might be a made up snore.
Like, I just want to say, if you pressed too early there, you would not hear him.
Oh, I know I wouldn't. I didn't wake up
that's another
Sans,
funny
though.
time loss.
And now I'm actually going to leave that corner as we go down to the fight button. That actually saves one whole frame.
W frame save. Like.
W frame save. Thank you, Jack.
W frame save, making up a little bit for that tough glove earlier.
Oh, Sans is gone. And look closely at our level, our love, because it's going to be 20 for about 2 seconds, and then it's going to be reset back.
Don't tell me.
So 20 is funny, because, like, in the game, if you're level 20 and you go into, like, a fight, you normally can't get into a fight at level 20. But level 20 is, like, actually weaker than level 19. It's hard-coded to be weaker. We don't know why. Nobody knows why.
That's it. So we are coming up on the end of our first ending.
Yep, just got about like
this is,
3
like,
minutes
kind
of
of fast.
cutscenes. It's not awful. It's gonna be around a high 105. Record in Geno is a mid 102. So really not terrible.
Yeah, only 3 minutes off. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but you didn't even do true. I'm gonna do true.
Yes.
But true is the ruin storm orb.
That we will not be doing because it is impossible.
But we will
it's,
explain how it
scared.
works.
it's not
Whoa.
impossible, but I mean, I don't know.
It's hard. It's really
I actually
hard.
think
I have
it's
never
really
successfully
easy.
done it.
It's very easy. You just need to lock in.
Willie's
I
trying
have
to
never
skill
successfully
issue
done it,
me.
and honestly, I'm offended that you call it so easily.
Willie's trying to skill issue me when they haven't even done it. I'm just saying, Willie.
I'm not trying to skill issue
I'm just saying, getting into a
It's
skill issue
interesting.
argument with me is not advisable. All I'm saying.
That's all you're saying. All right, buddy.
Gulp. We killed Flowey.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Why are they all
Who's
dead?
that? Oh, remember our name, by the way? This leaves us a lot
I
of time
am
in this
Dirt
section.
D.
I'm dirty.
Yeah, your name guy's called like 5 times here. It's pretty bad. And Kara
So,
talks
there's
really
Another
slow.
category. There's another category. It's called Soulless Genocide, where you have to do genocide and then do genocide again.
What?
And there's if you do it twice, this cutscene is different. If you do
Is
Geno a
it?
second
Of course,
time, this
of course
cutscene's
it
different.
is.
And there's a category
Yeah.
exception for it, where you just do Geno twice. I think it's
And it's
really fun.
Great.
It's actually had a decent amount of activity recently, believe it or not.
Wait, has it? I didn't
Has
even know
it?
this.
I
There's
didn't know
been a
this
couple of
either.
records. Yeah, because so for the category extension board in Undertale, we have a split between versions, which we didn't really talk about version differences, but we're playing on version 1.01 on a Linux machine like runner, basically. So it's just kind of a fine, like we have the best inputs. There's certain glitches that work. But one of the things about this version is there's no JP, which would normally be faster for a reason it's faster in all the other speed games, is text scrolls slowly, so we want less characters. But on the category extensions leaderboard, there's no separation, so you can actually play on JP on Soulless Geno. And yeah,
Now
so that's
Kara's
the
gonna
end.
crash the game.
Yeah, end of the first ending. And the reason I was explaining that is because there's like a glitch on Switch 2 where you can skip long elevator, and that's why it's gained some activity.
And with that being said, that is the end of the Geno part of the run. Now would be a good time for a break.
Yes, it would be. And I do want to remind everybody, if you're not already following Michelin 2K, make sure you do so. You can refer to the pinned message right there in chat. Go over there, click it, and click the heart button.
Yes.
You know, this game's all about,
Follow Mr.
hearts,
Link
right? It's
2K.
kind of like a central design motif of this video game. That only makes sense to do. Also, I do really want to thank everybody for supporting. And welcome back from the break, everybody. We have just finished the Geno routes, which is a prerequisite to the Soulless Pacifist conclusion that we're aiming for tonight. Without further ado, Michelin 2K, whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and start the second half of the Soulless Pacifist run of Undertale. Let's see it.
All right. So, now's a good time to mention, normally, in a Soulless Pacifist run, we have to wait on this black screen for 10 minutes. Luckily, shoutouts to Willie in VC on comms who made this mod for me. All I have to do to get through it for the case of the showcase, I just have to press a little button and it'll immediately get through that 10-minute wait for me.
We decided that Link's amateur gameplay is slightly more interesting than staring at a black screen, so we wanted to let you guys see that a little bit quicker.
Here we go again.
Sorry,
getting
Link's
right back
gameplay.
into it.
So this is actually why it's called Soulless Pacifist, because we are giving Kara our soul. You have to admit that you are above consequences, and then you do the whole pacifist ending. It looks like a true reset, but something's a little off. And we'll find out in about 90 minutes what's off after the credits roll.
Those who know.
This is actually the text you can actually read, because we're not skipping through it so fast.
And here we go. Oh, we're
No
on one
Dirt
character
D.
name. What happened?
No more Dirt D. I'm sorry, Dirt D. I forgot. I apologize.
Yeah. So we're being optimal for the second part of this. Link's, no more messing around.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. Willie's gonna make fun of me for losing time.
Except we're actually gonna be Mr. Nice Guy, because this is the true pacifist.
Beautiful
So-
segue.
So sure pacifist the rules. You can't gain experience
No
at
love.
all. No love. Only hate.
So I guess it is no more anyway. So yeah,
You also have
this
to
is
date
like,
everyone.
Yeah, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but there's kind of an inversion in the kind of RNG we want. So instead, we're gonna flee from everything. So the encounter we get doesn't really matter. But what does matter is how long it takes to get that encounter. We want that to be as high as possible, because we kind of want to leave the room before we get the encounter. So if we get a high step count, then we have enough steps to get to the end of the room before the encounter happens, which is very nice.
There's a skip you can do in this room that Link's not gonna do. I'm so sad.
It's not that cool. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty
really
cool. I'm gonna do a shameless plug here if y'all want to see it. my neutral any percent in 51 minutes and 26 seconds has a pretty good example of it.
Yeah.
And if you want to
Or,
see why that run wasn't 51 minutes and 25 seconds,
Keep watching
go.
this.
Stay tuned. So yeah, there's going to be a big change of pace here. Instead of staying in the same room for 10 minutes, we're actually going to progress. So
Yeah,
that'll
we're gonna be
fun.
booking it everywhere.
Yeah.
it's a really big change of pace. And like a little bit of my backstory here. So I started running. Jenna was my first category. I played it for about maybe a few weeks to a month, maybe, before I ran my first glitch category. The change of pace is pretty darn big.
Tutorial's gonna call asking about the cinnamon butterscotch pie. If you
Link
say
talks to
cinnamon,
that sign up there
yeah.
and misses the rock.
Oh,
But talking to that sign skips a phone call right there.
it's okay, Link. We'll make up for it. You have a one character name. You'll save some time. So yeah. This is a triple rock room. There's so many fun things about this room. And you get
Nothing
to see none of
happened.
them.
Really? But
But
that's okay.
there's some
That
weird
room-
stuff with getting encounters on certain steps because of the way the rocks detecting you being far away works, and you can get movement when you're not supposed to, which is our favorite thing to do in this game.
Yeah,
Getting
in the
movement when you're
general
not supposed to is
ending.
the fundamental of the tricks.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention in the Geno ending, basically all we did was attack. We acted, I think, once the entire run. there's gonna be another big change of pace with this pacifist ending. We're gonna be acting to spare some of the bosses that are required, like Naps the Blue right there. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just be fleeing.
Yeah, Geno count requires you to kill everything, but pacifist doesn't require you to spare everything. You just have to not kill everything.
Yeah. It's all alive. It's good.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're actually already almost done with Ruins. If Link could just hit the switch.
Willie, you care to comment?
Are you stupid?
Anyway. So a couple encounters. Each encounter loses about like 2 or 3 seconds, so it's not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at this point it becomes a very big deal in reset PB attempts, and the record attempts especially. And
we're
it makes
lucky with
Ruins
this game.
really bad.
We're lucky with this game. When you're doing a neutral or pacifist run, the bulk of the RNG is front-loaded into Ruins, and then the rest of the RNG in the game, there's still some throughout, but it's like minor and like not that. It doesn't affect a lot, so you get it out of the way. It's pretty reset heavy for top runners, but once you get out, it's like okay, you can like pretty consistently do the rest of the game.
Yeah, Link actually got the pie there, and which is really good because if he didn't, he would have to reset the whole run. And basically, the pie. No, I'm just kidding. But it does lose like 30 seconds to not get. We're gonna use the pie way later. Another thing we're just gonna push off until later. It saves time in a couple of fights, namely Azure and Azreal. So keep an eye out for that. But we're gonna keep it in our inventory the whole time.
Toriel here.
We're just gonna forget about it.
Toriel has
L'Oreal.
the hands come out. When the hands come out, you can hit the hands, give Toriel a little high five. She likes high fives, and when she high fives you, the attack tends. Now you have 20 health to work with. There's a lot of different ways you can take damage. Bottom hands only take 3, top hands take 4. I don't know why it does it. When you get down to 7 or less, they only do 1. This attack here has a hitbox where you can take 1 damage exactly. But because Link took a bottom hand, he doesn't want to take it. Now he's taking intentional damage because he didn't get enough hands and he knows that he needs to do it to be able to get down to a low enough health, because if you're at 3 health, any damage you take gets you to 2, and that's a guaranteed cancel. It's
great
a lot.
Explanation, Willie. That was great. Very concise.
Great Toriel fight as well.
It's quite a complicated fight. It's RNG. It's another huge. This is honestly the much bigger wall in terms of RNG. It's not the encounters, but Toriel, because the hand saves so much and there's so many you can get.
A single hand saves more than an encounter, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
What
about
was
the
that,
same.
3
But...
cancels?
2!
So that's
no,
awful.
you have a top hand and a bottom hand last cancel.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was 3. I'm sorry.
That's pretty bad. That would not.
That's really, really bad.
It's not great.
Average,
I think the average
is 5. 3 is like.
It's fine.
3 is absolutely a reset in a PB attempt.
Yeah.
3 is like, if this was skill, I would make fun of you for it, but it's not skill. It's.
I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me for it, actually.
I'm not gonna make fun of you for getting unlucky.
This is the true pacifist ending. We have to be nice to each other.
Okay,
Please.
I will vow to be nicer.
All right.
You could have been nice. You could have been nicer during Geno. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you definitely could have.
Well, in the spirit of this run, you can be as nice as you could possibly be. Okay, no insults, no calling out mistakes.
Yep.
Okay.
We're only gonna explain the
Kiara.
time saved.
Yes. Listen,
Now Willie's about to make fun of me.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what am I gonna make fun of you for?
So Link's leaning into his screen, probably because he's opening a tool and another version of another instance of the game.
What?
Where is it? It's not
Never
here.
mind.
Link?
We'll be going for the RNG 1 in 30 encounter skip instead.
Yeah, we have a tool in this game that sort of a very basic explanation is it reads our RNG based on snowballs that we move in a certain way. So it calls RNG a certain amount of times, we can read it, and it tells us what our step count is, and we can use that to skip a certain encounter, the dog marriage encounter. It requires an external tool, but sometimes it just stops working, so we're just gonna take the 1 in 30 chance of getting the encounter on the right frame.
You're
Well,
gonna
time
go
to
for
show
it?
you're truly a master.
Yes.
Yes.
If you
I'm
get the
a
1 in 30,
game
I will give you a
master. I'm so
compliment.
ready to hit it.
And there's nothing you can do to make that odds better. It's just a straight up 1 in 30, essentially.
Correct.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It's in a range of like how many steps you have to take in the room, so as long as you're above the lower bound and below the upper bound for what variance could be, then it's a 1 in 30. Otherwise, it's a 0.
You just have to guess which frame it's on.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a consistent setup to be in
Yeah.
bounds.
So we're actually getting the tough glove. Link, why are you getting the tough glove? It's true path standing. We're not supposed to fight anything. We don't care about the tough glove, but we actually have the stick equipped in ruins, but we want the stick in our hand because dogs love sticks, and we're gonna use the stick to spare them really fast instead of doing actions. So that'll come in very useful in multiple parts. Even in True Lab, there's an enemy that likes the stick, but we don't fight it.
It is not Snowdrake's mom, who we
No.
will be seeing.
Stay tuned.
Remember Snowdrake from the beginning. You
There's
will
sick
be
one.
seeing Snowdrake's mother.
But for now,
But
we're just gonna be
here,
solving
Link's
puzzles.
sliding. Link's
I
sliding
am
on this
sliding.
ice. Now, sliding on the ice does not increment the step count. In the Geno version, you saw Link go under the ice because he wanted to increase his step count to get an encounter. But because Link slid on the ice, he doesn't get an encounter. And it's actually a cool thing. You can do this in 2 different ways, depending on whether or not you want the encounter.
Yeah. Very cool.
Link solved the maze. I don't know how he knew where to go.
I couldn't tell you.
Really impressive.
It's
I mean,
a really subtle color difference. You have to be playing this game.
You
for a
gotta
while
lean
to
into
see
your
it.
monitor for that one.
Yeah.
And I was
It's
gonna
a
go for the
doozy.
wrong warp that he tried last time and didn't get.
This time, there's a short amount of text.
Oh. So
See,
yeah.
We'll
Going
be
further on.
waiting to. We're
I
saving wrong
promise. I
We're-
promise we'll explain it.
We're
We're just
gonna get
holding
there.
off because it's like we're gonna go from doing 1 wrong warp every 30 minutes to 1 wrong warp every second.
For
So
now,
the pace it goes crazy.
time for the 1 in
Alright.
30.
Ah,
Way
Oh.
Way
unfortunate.
early. Oh,
So you can kind of
well.
imagine what might happen if you got an encounter while this cutscene started. You kind of just are able to flee from it while this is happening, and then you get movement back. You can walk down out of the room, but it's all good.
yeah, you would just have movement here, and you don't even have to do this fight.
Yeah, but this fight's pretty
But
short.
he didn't
That
get
skip
lucky.
only saves. Skip only saves about like with the RNG like 10 seconds. So or maybe a little more 15, but not a huge deal.
And you actually have to do the puzzles this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, never before seen gameplay. Except we're actually still not gonna do this next one.
Gonna go for
Paparazzi's
another
still gonna be mad.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Gonna go
Oh.
for more nonsense here.
So, yeah, there was some text storage you could do off that sign where basically you hit the button and interact with the sign at the exact same time. So, close the text, you can get movement during the cutscene and leave. But either way, we're skipping the puzzle because there's just a secret cheating switch in the tree. So, that's fun. We're also skipping this
Snowden?
puzzle.
Yeah, we're skipping a lot of the puzzles.
And guess what's
We're
gonna
just-
happen
Guess
next?
The
take
next
a
puzzle is
wild
a skip.
guess.
No, we actually are kind of gonna do this one, but we're gonna skip the animation at the end. So Link's gonna go for a very hard strat here.
Willie
It's
told
called-
me to.
All right, let's see what happens. So, bang!
That's the goat right there. That's the goat.
That is very, very difficult. All of the pretty much the last 2 positions you saw Link have to do some like 1-frame taps. Those are all pixel perfect, and then you have to hold up and a direction on the same frame. It's really hard, but Link's the goat.
This puzzle has like 7 million different ways to do it.
Yeah. There's like a whole text file of all the solutions.
There's a text file with every possible like ordering of the squares you can go on to solve the puzzle. It's really funny.
I love that dog
Yeah, that's
enemy.
pretty much it.
That time we
Yeah.
actually
Snowden
got
in
the dog
general-
attack. Didn't see that one last during Geno.
Yeah, now that we're not in Geno anymore, we're gonna get good RNG, except for Toriel, I guess.
Good RNG is a
Snowden in
myth.
general is an area that like we've developed a lot recently. We've kind of known about a lot of the skips there for a while, but back when I started running, you kind of just like went through Snowden. But now people do a lot of the skips that, and previously we kind of were like, this is too hard, this is not worth the little time it saves. But there's been a lot of talent developing at the top, especially lately, and have kind of pushed each other towards those more difficult strats.
Yeah.
We're entering Papyrus, which isn't gonna be as fun, or maybe it's more fun than in Geno when we just one tapped, but we're actually gonna have to die to Papyrus a few times because it's faster to die, and Papyrus is like, I feel bad for you, and then lets you go. So
Please feel bad for me.
if we die enough times to Papyrus, it's actually faster by a lot than completing the fight.
Like, over a minute. The fight is long.
This fight is so long, and it's a sad thing we don't see it in this room.
Yeah, the Papyrus fight's really cool, but that's alright. You know, I always say when I'm showcasing this game, like, this is the one time going fast and Undertale is lame. But that's alright.
That's true.
We make up
The
for
one
it.
time we do. What you've
Papyrus
been
is actually the reason we
seeing...
don't kill Toriel.
True, yeah. So, like, in a nutshell, in a vacuum, it's actually faster to kill Toriel, but because of this, you have to, when you level up, you have increased max health, so it'll take way longer to die here, and it loses a lot of time, and for that reason, you can't kill Toriel.
But yeah,
Second
like,
phase.
it would be faster to kill Toriel. And you'd be at level 5, and then you wouldn't have to kill Vulcan later.
Yeah, I mean, this
except
is
you
also
wouldn't do it
true
in Pacifist,
Running
pacifist.
through
obviously.
Pacifist, yeah.
That is also a good point. But,
Dude, that's actually
so,
probably such a good thing, because I would kill Toriel so many times in Pacifist.
yeah. And the reason we're getting confused is the first part of True Pacifist is actually just basically a neutral run with a one extra step being dating Papyrus. Because neutral already killing things is pretty slow, with one exception. So we're pretty much seeing it all here. We're seeing general, neutral, and pacifist enemies.
It's a very cool run. You get a taste of everything.
Finally done with the last phase. Now, I'm going to get my redemption on the trick I missed just about an hour ago.
Yup.
This time, for sure, we will be getting it.
So
Hey, Link, you got stuck on the bone.
I didn't
I'll
notice.
let Link focus. And then-
We're cooked.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Walk in. Yup.
Yes!
Hold up into
Wait.
the wall. Hold into the wall. You got it. Bang. So, that's the first time that's ever been done in a marathon, I think. So that's really cool.
Well,
this
I
saves
hate
time
to burst
actually
your bubble. This
Oh, go ahead.
technically is not a marathon.
Oh, you're right.
Now,
In
if
a
you want to say
showcase.
first time on GDQ or something, there
First time
you
on
go.
GDQ.
First time
time
for
on
an
GDQ.
event. Yeah, we'll give you that one.
Shoot. All right. Well, first time in a marathon, we'll have to wait. First time showcased on GDQ.
Yeah, you'll just have to submit to SGDQ whenever that window opens up, and there you go.
Yeah.
There's your opportunity.
Hope so.
Would love to make that dream a reality. Did you know
so
it's
that's
Tuesday?
Oh yeah, this game. When you press C here, it shows the actual real day and time of day.
Wow, it's
Um,
Tuesday?
How did they know
It's really
that?
fun. It's really fun when you do a run on Sunday morning, because it's sun and sun.
Yeah, wait, that's actually true. I never even noticed that. I've never run on Sunday morning. I'm sleeping. So this is Spaghetti Skip, very important Undertale stratagem, and essentially it's just menuing over, because when you get to a choicer in this game, there's like a default choice and then the other choice. Because we're mashing so fast, we normally don't want to go to the other choice, but in this instance we actually have to slow down a bit to make sure we do that.
And a lot of times, choicers, most choicers in this game have a little bit of delay, so if you're, like, mashing into them, it, like, will eat a couple frames worth of input before, and so you can't, like, it stops you from, like, mashing into a choicer. That one has no delay.
Yeah, so some choicers are built differently.
Every choicer is personalized.
Yeah.
And I will say, I have never gotten Spaghetti Skip in my life.
There's a lot of things you've never gotten in your life in this game.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was mean.
I might not be. Look, I'm not. I'm the lab coat guy.
Hey. We're running a true pacifist. Don't forget what category. I'll go for it. Why not? Why not? Why not?
Screw it. Let's do it. So Sad SGS is the same thing, but oh no. So the cutscene starts after you take 6 steps. So normally we have a setup to normalize 5 steps, and then we just do like 1 step and then instantly open the menu, or you can just hold forward and then time your menu open on the 6th step, and it's
all top runners say that just holding forward they find to be easier.
Yeah, I mean it's really similar, and it's again a 4-frame window, so
I missed it though. So
it's okay because top runners make mistakes. That's what we've learned today.
I don't know how to do that one without the other setup. try to wrong warp there again. We're really about to get to it. I promise you now. We're just about 2 minutes away.
So yeah, we more puzzles that we didn't do last time.
He's gonna throw the pedals in the right direction.
This one is actually genuinely very hard to do fast.
You can mess this one up, and
you can
if you
so,
mess
like,
it up in a certain way, the pedals make an L, and it's really funny. The pedals literally hold the L at you.
Shoutouts to eman3848. It was like 5 years ago at this point, but it's still the funniest Undertale speedrunning clip I've ever seen. He failed pedals too in the shape of an L. He went for like a face palm. I hate laughing at runners for messing up, but like, I mean,
it's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years.
You know I have no issues with laughing at runners for messing up.
Oh, I know, Willie.
All right, I think we're coming up on the big moment where we explain wrong words and also other glitches. So we're gonna get an item called the punch card, which is pretty innocent on a casual playthrough. It's just a funny, it shows a funny image, but because it actually gives you movement for a frame when you use it, which is very unusual for an item. So this lets us do all sort of funny things, because not only does it give you movement for a frame before you use it, it also gives you movement after you're done using it. So what this basically means is we can do things in that frame and then get our movement back whenever we want, essentially, as long as we have our menu. And we can skip cutscenes doing that if we menu buffer on top of cutscene triggers. We can wrong warp, because having movement during a room transition lets you wrong warp into that room, which we can get into in a second. And we can do overflows, which is a misleading name. It's just getting text storage in that one frame.
We really gotta stop calling it overflows.
Yeah, we should, but it's too late.
It's never
not
too
too late.
It's never too late.
That's what I'm saying.
Text storage is day 1.
Here's the punch card. The game's broken now.
Yeah, so
getting it in my first slot because we're gonna use it literally everywhere. And there is the first wrong warp an hour and a half in.
So essentially,
like 2 seconds.
This is where my if body explanation comes in. So when you enter a room, the game checks in an if body, there it is, for a certain value called global.interact. It checks for that to be 3. and that is set to 3 whenever it is 3, I think, right?
Yeah, 3.
It's set to that whenever you enter a room transition, and what this if statement does is it basically tells the game where in the room you're going to be placed, because every room in this game pretty much has at least two entrance points. So when it sends you to a room, it doesn't automatically know where in the room it wants you to go. So it uses that to tell the game where to put you. But we can manipulate this global.interact value because it's also the value tied to whether or not you can move. So if you enter a transition and then get movement back, like you can do with the punch card, global.interact is set to 0, and the code that checks where you should be put in the room never runs. And because of the way Game Maker works, there has to be a default position in every room for it to work. So we get warped to that default position because it's just the game doesn't know where else to put you. It gets confused.
Well, so you kind of like always go to the default position, but like when you have Global Interact 3, it like puts you to the default, but then like instantly takes you back.
Okay.
I think.
So it just doesn't. Yeah. But yeah, that's how that works. So that was called Ohio Warp. We use a lot of visual cues in this run, so that we get these are all frame perfect, as I alluded to earlier. But so we use a lot of visual cues, stuff on the walls, stuff in the background to know where those pixels are that we need to hit. That particular run warp has no visual cue because Frisk is invisible. So what some runners will elect to do is say Ohio as soon as Frisk goes invisible, and it just happens to be the right amount of syllables to line up. And it works sometimes to get the wrong one.
It works sometimes, barely, but
great strat.
I'm really happy right now.
You want to explain why you're happy, Willie?
I'm really happy. So in this room, there is a trick called Willy Warp, and Link messed it up.
Okay, all right.
And I don't. Willy Warp, named after yours truly. I really don't like the trick. I find it to be really hard, and I don't go for it.
Yeah.
But the general consensus is that it's not that bad, and Link messed it up. And I'm happy whenever anyone messes it up because, like, I think it's hard.
Yeah, and the tech that Link was trying to employ, we basically, we're getting text storage by using the end of the cutscene, which normally gives you movement, and then using that to get movement during the text. And then when we have text open during that sequence, we can wrong warp with it at the very end. Because we can wrong warp with text the same way we do with the punch card, basically. It gives you your movement back.
It's a trick, it's a tech that I propagated, you'll see it in a couple other spots. Now, we're coming up on Mad Dummy Skip, which uses persistence glitch. Link, I'm gonna start explaining this. You tell me when you need me to stop so you can have some silence, because he's gonna need it.
I'm gonna quickly mention, I'm going for a harder variant of Mad Dummy Skip.
Oh, you are?
In true pacifist?
In true pacifist. I think it'd be really cool to show off, but, you know, I'll try it.
Alright.
So
we got a lot of explaining to do.
Okay, so in Game Maker games, when a battle starts, you're sent to a different room. There's like a room. So this is a room. He's in a room right now. There's a different room that's the battle room, and you go to that room whenever it's time for a battle. I'm gonna be quiet so he can do this trick.
Okay. Went early there.
This is a trick. So
that's all right.
When you go to the battle room and you come back, you don't want the room to be like you just entered it for the first time, right? So there's a flag called the persistence flag, and what it does is it means the next time you go back into this room, it's gonna stay the way you left it, so that when you come back in from the battle, it's how you left it. I'll be quiet again.
Maybe.
Oh, it's not bad.
I don't know.
We'll see.
So normally, when you leave the battle, the room is unset as persistence. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do a glitch to keep the room persistent. And so by entering a stream transition so that you immediately leave the room after the battle, the game doesn't have time to reset persistence because you're leaving that room right away before you leave. So the room's going to remain persistent until you reload the game. Now, Link's game overing here. And if he gets it...
Gonna need quiet one more time.
Yeah. Yes!
So he's got persistence. He has a text box up. Now he's gonna go to this duck here. And what he's doing is he's actually setting his choicer. He's setting his choicer thing. And he just got a text box that says this will never happen. So now when you get back in here, you get 3 text boxes, and now he has the burnt pan.
That's
What?
incredible.
Hang on. What can?
Okay, so
All
I
right.
explained choicer. I explained choicer overflows a little earlier. That's a similar instance, but we're kind of exploiting it to the max with persistence glitch, because we can actually persist 2 choicers at the same time in that room. Then we bring another choicer, and we can kind of get like so many +1s in the choicer list that we go all the way from the astronaut food to the instant noodles to the burnt pan. And it has something to do with the duck. Willie,
The duck sets the choicer. The duck sets the choicer position.
right, and then you +1 a bunch.
A duck +1 is noodles, +1 is pan.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. So yeah, that's very very nice of Link to show that.
And it is very cool to see this happen. Now, in this category, you don't want the burnt pan, but
Well, no, you want it, but you don't
trick.
want it right
That's-
now.
oh yeah, you went for Asgore. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still good. It's still good.
Link, you gotta call Papyrus here. If you don't.
That I am not doing.
Why not?
I don't know how to.
It
I don't
saves
know how to
time.
menu down.
Dude, when you check corruption later, it's better. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. So yeah, this is EBP is something we only started implementing very recently, because it actually, for how difficult it is, as you could probably tell, EBP is early burnt pan, by the way. It only saves 5 seconds in the neutral route, because what we're gonna do is use the burnt pan on the Undyne fight to end it like 1 turn earlier, and you need to hit all the quads. But it's even worse in True Pacifist, because normally we'd be at a higher love in neutral, because it doesn't matter if we kill something early, but we have to be at love 1. So it actually, if Link did the quads,
Oh, I'm not
it
even
would
doing it.
depend on- yeah,
Oops.
it's fine. But if Link did the quads, it would actually depend on damage rolls, even if you hit all 3. So it's like extra bad in this ending. But it's still fast.
Okay, I need to correct myself from earlier because I made a mistake in explaining something. So when I was saying you start at the duck, you actually overflow the duck. I forgot, you overflow the duck. So duck +1 is artifact, and then you go into the room with 2 choicer overflows. So you go duck, artifact, noodles, pan.
Yeah.
So you do 3 overflows to get to 1 item. You get an item 3 later in the thing than you should be able to do.
Yeah. And it's a direct result of being able to persist, use persistence glitch to get more choicers on screen than is normally possible.
Because
Yeah.
it's really hard to get a choicer on screen without like setting the choicer position. Because you set the choicer position when you like talk to the thing that gives you a choicer.
We're in Hotland now. Yay! Hotland is a very dense section. Pretty much so many wrong warps, so many cutscene skips. There's a lot going on. It's very fun.
It's the hardest and most practiced area of the run by far.
Yeah, like when you're learning this game, you do Hotland items.
It is so much fun though.
Yeah.
We used to race Hotland Isles all the time.
It was awesome.
It was great.
I also want to brag a little bit.
Okay.
That trick earlier, EEVP, that Link did to get the pan, I was the first person to ever do it.
Wow. Good job.
RTA. I mean,
That's
people
true.
did it in TAS, but like, I was the first person who ever did that RTA in whole world.
You did it in what, 2021 too? So like that was like crazy for the time.
It
It's
was-
still
we thought
crazy now.
We thought it was a TAS strat.
Yeah.
We thought it was TAS only.
And look at us now. Oh, nice. So that's actually, that may have looked relatively normal for all the punch card stuff we're doing, but that's actually one of the hardest strats in this entire split.
And it saves 2 seconds.
Yeah, you do like a little, that is like a really complicated version of text storage that not really, it has to do with you being clipped into the wall, and it's really hard, but yeah, it saves
I couldn't
2
even
seconds.
tell you how it worked.
you get a faster cycle on the vent than you normally would. That's why it saves time, because the vent goes in like a cycle. You have to wait for it normally.
Link, why are you going to floor 1?
That's a great question, Willie. So you know how I skipped that Metaton cutscene? That actually disabled my menu. So now I can't use my punch card. Now that I'm back at this bridge, I have my menu back all of a sudden. Yay! So every time I skip a Metaton cutscene, there's gonna be 2 more. I'm gonna be coming back to that bridge. So you're gonna see those 3 wrong warps a few more times this run.
Yep.
That bridge is the last, that bridge is the last room in that Undyne chase sequence during the Undyne fight. And it takes away your menu in that Undyne fight. And so it's the same thing as, like, it gives you your menu back when you get there because it wants you to be able to have your menu back.
Yeah. Oh!
We are over 2 on actually volume warning.
Very nice. Same tech as the fast cycle that we were just talking about there.
Yeah.
It saves even less time, but it's really cool. Huge save
Oh
there.
my god! You're so good at this game.
Yeah, so that was really scary. Link went, give him a second to get this. It's alright.
Hey, Link,
Get back this out.
You have a safety save in bad opinion zone.
There's a
I
lot
do, but
You
it's
just
probably
saved.
just it's probably just faster to do this, no?
There's
No, yeah,
no
probably
way.
No, yeah, it is probably faster reload, but at the just show PBS, it would be cool.
At this
Yeah,
point,
this trick's cool. This trick's cool.
Yeah. So normally we can just skip this section, but there's a backup if you don't. We can get this encounter at the same time you get on the vent, and then get moving back, and then we can go.
I forgot about that trick.
Love that trick. Where
it's
am
really
I?
cool. Oh, this is
Where
how
are
I
you?
did before.
There we go.
Yeah, when you're out of
so-
bounds in this game, you can get lost.
Yeah, it sucks. That's like a trick that's never. I don't think it's optimal to do in like any main board category. Maybe like low percent. Maybe low percent.
It's optimal low percent.
Yeah, but it's something that you rarely see optimally, so it's cool to show it off.
Again, lose our menu from skipping that, so just gonna come back to this bridge, do these wrong words back to the elevator. So I'm gonna show off what I missed earlier.
Yeah, we didn't mention, but you can soft lock on every single wrong warp you do if you just don't.
Every
close the
single
punch
wrong
card
warp,
on
you have
time.
4 frames to close that punch card from when you are allowed to start closing the punch card. Because when you open the punch card, it stays on the screen for a minimum of 4 frames before you can close it. If you don't close it before transitioning into the next room, you're soft locked and you have to reload the game.
Here we go.
Every
Yeah,
single wrong
thankfully-
warp, you have to close that thing in a 4-frame window.
Yeah, just goes to show how hard it is.
So yeah, that we were able to show off both little strats in that room now. There's actually another one that you could do if you are brought down to 1 HP in the laser room all the way back in the last floor. I don't like doing that in showcases because it's kind of risky. It requires you to skip out on safety saving for a while.
And if you were to, let's say, soft lock on wrong warp,
That would never happen.
it would never happen because top players don't make mistakes. But if it were to happen, then you would have to go so far back because you would reload the game. And the thing about reloading the game, there's 2 different kinds of saves in the game. There are normal saves, and then there are auto saves. But auto saves only come into account for deaths. So there's a good amount of auto saves in this game. But if you soft lock, you can't take advantage of the autosave because you have to close the game. It's not you die. So it's even more punishing than dying would be.
We're gonna go for a strat there. I think it's called Muffet Flow, where you just overflow the save point, wrong warp into the Muffet room, and then we're just gonna skip. We're just gonna skip Muffet. Keep this text open the entire
Oh,
room.
my favorite spider.
It is not called that.
No.
We're not allowed to say what it's called.
Muffet is another thing in this game that is rarely in any category, because in Geno and Geno variants you can just insta-kill, and then neutral and neutral variants you either get the spider donut to skip Muffet or just skip her like that. So
TT glitchless,
certain
you actually have to do like a gold route to get the spider donut.
yeah, but there's a couple low percent dog ending fights Muffet, so shout out that category. Or is it? It is low percent dog ending, right? Yeah, it's gotta be.
Sorry, I'm being corrected again. It's not 4 frames, it's 3 frames. I've been given so much information.
All right, Willie J, I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over your lab coat.
I'll hand over the coat.
You're being demoted.
I'm gonna say this. This game has had a history of misinformation in the speedrunning space. There was a long history of this game where a lot of knowledge came from just like what people thought. Recently, especially in like the last, I would say 2 or 3 years, the TASing scene for this game has grown a ton. There's a lot of people with really... We're able to decompile the code. Thanks to Undertale mod tool, which is a great tool, and which was actually what let us make the mod that skipped the 10-minute watching paint dry cutscene. But also, really importantly for the speedrunning scene, we've had a lot of people who are really interested in this game in a technical standpoint, and we've kind of started to undo that history of we didn't really know how this works, so we just think it. And I'm stuck in the past sometimes because I don't know everything new. But I will say, huge shout-outs to the people who know a lot about this game, because the technical knowledge of why things work has grown so much in the past bit, and it's what contributes to us being able to do all of the things that you're seeing on screen today and make it look smooth as butter.
Yeah, I second that fully.
And I am always happy when I get called out for not knowing something, because it means I'm learning new things about the game. And what is being a game master except for learning and more things and honing your craft?
That's right.
I appreciate all the name drops of the show. Everybody just joining us, you're watching Game Masters on the GDQ Hotfix. And it's Undertale Soulless Pacifist round. We're about we're nearing the end here.
Not super far.
Yeah, we got some more stuff to go, but we're getting there.
We have the pacifist stuff coming up, which we don't get to see a lot.
Yes, the bonus dungeon.
Yeah. So now we're in New Home, which do you get fast text in this category? Surely not.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so sometimes the way New Game Plus works is it lets you skip this text because it just auto scrolls. But because Soulless is a special kind of reset, it doesn't do that. Also,
Soulless deletes every single file except for the one flag for the end cutscene.
Yeah.
I went for an encounter skip
It's
there.
literally it is a text file. The save file that is the Soulless flag is literally a text file with the letter A in it. And that is the entire file.
Alright, coming up. If you know Undertale speedruns, this is the Mickey Gauntlet, named after everybody's favorite
mouse.
Everybody's favorite mouse. These new home strats are really cool. We used to, like you saw in the Geno run, we used to just kind of walk through this and go through the encounters like normal. In the past 6 months or so, we've started PCEing, which is just punch carding the encounters. And then we've also been getting text storage and keeping that chain going. Basically, what that allows us to do is regain our movement while we're going into the encounter. So, by doing this throughout the entire hallway, if we could keep the chain, we'll save about 4 seconds. It is called Mickey because it's pretty difficult. This was what sparked what I like to call the Mickey Revolution in Undertale speedruns, which is basically just us going for a bunch of really ridiculous strats.
Yeah, there's been so many new people pretty much since the new Deltarune chapters came out. Shoutouts. And it's just the competition at a top level has kind of skyrocketed in the pretty much last year. So we've been
It's crazy.
much like Willie was saying with the technical side of things. RTA has had so many advancements recently.
The RTA explosion is even more recent than like what I would call the TAS explosion. There's a lot of new runners, and I'm a retired runner of the game. There's a lot of newer runners that are just so good and impress me. So the depth of talent in this community is something that like is not something I'm used to being around. Like, there was a while where it wasn't that deep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool. This speed game is my first speed game. It's the only speed game I ever took to okay, Link, you get to decide was my level high level or not. Was I ever high level?
You were 4th, right?
I was 4th right after, but it was right after MDS, so it was a kind of maybe 4th.
I would count 4th as top level, yeah.
Let's go!
Absolutely. That's probably the nicest thing I've said to you.
Being high level. It might be. It's the only game I ever took to a high level, and it makes me really happy to see this game pushed to this level.
I, again, second that everyone who has joined the community and who has been here for so long has just, like, made it such a better place, and I'm very thankful. Nice blind wrong warp there. You actually, sometimes the camera isn't on
You're so good at this game.
Another Q-less. We don't say Ohio for that one, though. That one we actually have a Q for.
There's a decent Q for that one.
Yeah.
No, that one we say Washington.
Oh, yes, of course. Here's Asgore. So, core was pretty bad. We had to hit a lot of quads and core, but Asgore has 0 leniency. You need to hit 9 quads in a row to be optimal, and this is at the very end of a neutral run. It's kind of a 2/3 into a true pacifist run, though, so it's very stressful.
And if you miss a single one, you lose 10 seconds.
Yep, every single one, or...
No.
It's a little more complicated than that, but...
I'll try to make something happen, but...
The first one you miss, you lose 10 seconds. The second one you miss, you get to miss it for free, but then the third one is 10 seconds. And then the fourth one is free, and then the fifth one's 10 seconds, basically like that.
Sort of, yeah.
There's a bit more nuance to it, but...
So Link ate the pie. You didn't forget, did you? It makes you do more damage.
He remembered. He's smart.
So...
Fun fact with the little light flashes on Asgore, so it's like the blue and the yellow, and you know from the earlier parts of the game that blue means stay still, and yellow, or that's orange, not yellow, and orange means move. It only checks horizontally. So you can move up and down on the blue soul flash, and it doesn't count it.
Oh.
You still live. And in the same respect, if you're moving only vertically on the orange, you get hit.
Well, that's rude.
It's silly. It sucks. And I always like to show that off when I do runs, as I will always go up and down on the blue because it's fun.
Let's go!
Wow!
Wow!
All 9 quads in a row right there.
9?
Very
yeah,
impressive.
that's 36 frame perfects in a row.
And you didn't miss a quad in core either.
Yeah. So Link's the
it's on
best at
30
quads.
FPS, but that's 36 frame perfect inputs in a row.
Yeah, very nice. Very nicely done.
I don't
Just
even know what to
36.
say.
Wow.
Why is he so good at this game?
Anyone know? Anyone in chat know why? It's because he's a game master.
There we go again. Type 1 if you agree.
Now we're going to Flowey.
The real reason is because he has put so much time into this game, like so many other people. But you are seeing what happens when you put that much time into a game.
Yep. So This is the Flowey split, which is an auto-scroller.
It's an
for all
auto-scroll and you
intents and
can't convince me
purposes.
otherwise.
Exactly. So, there's 6 soul phases that you have to get through. So we're just waiting, because there's nothing you can really do to speed this up outside of hitting the act buttons, which are going to appear as fast as possible, and knowing where they're going to show up. There's some RNG movements, but for the most part, we're just chilling.
It's an 11-minute auto-scroller. It's not actually an auto-scroller. There's some RNG, there's some skill, but it's an auto-scroller.
Auto-scrollers
some
can
silly
have RNG
stuff.
and skill.
There's some silly stuff that goes on here, but for the most part, you're never gonna lose a run to this.
Yeah, no one ever would lose a run.
No one has ever lost a run to Flowey before.
Clueless.
Never.
Oh, this is the rite of passage for.
Oh,
for
Losing a run
pass
to
a
yeah.
Flowey
pass
is the rite of
neutral.
passage. You're
Yeah.
so right.
Or like, yeah. So Flowey depends a lot on Flowey likes to close your game, or it's optimal to actually reload your game a lot in this split because of the way sort of the plot is set before a cutscene is over. It's a little weird, but actually like nailing the timing for the game loads can be really hard because it's not necessarily consistent on different computers because of like, you know, amount of lag or whatever. So that can be a
And
pretty
even
big barrier.
on your own computer, time to time,
Yeah.
it's a little variant.
Yeah, so that can be a bit of a barrier, especially when you're just getting into the game. You can probably save like, I remember my first Flowers were like 1130s or 1140s, but you can get like a sub 11 if you're really locked in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I forgot you guys used the wrong split time. That makes sense.
Hello? Nope. There's another split.
I used the
In,
wrong.
in
I
what
split-
world?
I split 10 seconds later than everyone else does in the split before, so
Oh.
my split times are 10 seconds faster.
I mean, if you don't have an auto splitter, maybe that makes sense, but
That's
I
true.
played back in my day.
yeah,
We
yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
auto splitter.
Yeah. These old gens.
All right, Grandpa, it's time for bed.
Link, you have been playing this game for longer than I have.
That's true, but I was like younger than you, so
You don't get to call me Grandpa.
what can
So,
I call
did you guys know that the swords are moving here, not the camera?
I didn't until a few years ago.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but I mean, I guess it could be the camera. Just it's a matter of perspective. It's like Superman.
It's like
It's like physics.
Einstein's theory of relativity. The lab
Yeah,
coat
it's
is
like you
coming
don't
on.
know.
It's my
It's like you
turn.
don't know if your frame of reference is stationary. You only know if it's accelerating.
I actually can't stand this physics talk. I had an exam. yesterday.
I'm sorry, Jack.
So yeah, I was talking about act buttons earlier. So there's some soul phases where it'll always show up in the same place, but there's actually a couple where either it's RNG or you have to manipulate it in a certain way to get it as fast as possible. So these first 3 are going to be 100% consistent, and the next 3 are going to have slight little variants.
Have any of you guys ever missed the act on the balance shoes?
I did in a
No,
marathon.
Wait,
Because I also... Wait, I didn't know this.
that's so funny. Yeah, if you miss one of these
Because
act buttons,
I've
you have to
also
redo
missed
the
it.
whole phase. And it loses like 50 seconds. It's really awful.
It's a classic.
Really
it's a
don't.
classic. If we
It's
just
a rite
stay
of
on,
passage.
should I stay down here? What do you say?
No.
Eh,
No.
So this
History.
act in particular, if you miss it, you can't catch up to it. It moves at the same speed your
Yeah.
You can run back for it, but your soul's gonna be like, come back!
And I don't know if we mentioned this, but you cannot die during the 6 soul phase. So
Oh,
you can take
yeah.
as much damage as you want. Which is
You
really good for
can-
us, because
Yeah. Like, you can die during the normal phases, but as long as you're playing the game, you won't. Like, it's kind of
It's-
misleading how much health you have, because you take way more visible damage when you have more health. So you can actually probably, like... It's like the theorem where, like, 90% of your toothpaste lasts the same amount as the last 10%. It's kind of like that.
it's it's a really cool difficulty curve where basically the less health you're at, the less damage attacks do, but the heals still heal for the same amount. Left gang!
Yes,
Yeah,
that's one of the
that soul
RNG
phase
souls.
completely RNG. Unfortunately, you can't really tell that one. With all the other soul phases, you will know where the act button will appear, but with that one, you just gotta guess. Or you could stay in the center, but that's lame.
Staying in the center is lame.
Hey, it's not, guys.
No, staying in the center is like extremely valid if you're on PB pace.
If you're on
Yay.
PB pace.
If it comes out of the right, it's like 2 frames faster than if it were to come out of the left. So technically right is faster. But it's only faster if you actually get it. So
This one's gonna come out of the pan. This one might be 100%. And I don't know, like, if there's RNG with how these
I don't think it
things
is.
come out. Surely not.
if there's RNG, that would be news to me.
It's insignificant either way for our purposes. And then we have one.
You know what has
soul phase
RNG?
left.
The gun.
Oh yeah, the empty gun. Didn't think we'd come back to you. So
The empty gun just doesn't leave us. It's always there.
it's haunting the speedrun. So the gun tries to aim at the soul, and we want it to aim sort of at the same position every time, so it doesn't have to like readjust, and that'll be as fast as we can get through this. So you'll see Link just go to the corner, and the gun will kind of just focus on that and shoot as fast as possible.
He's also gonna hold into the corner
The act
there.
button appeared
Oh,
all the way up. I never seen it that high before, but that's
yeah,
fine.
that's crazy.
The last shot in each volley kind of goes to where you're walking. So if you go to like the corner, it means there's less possibility for it to move.
Chat, do you guys know how to count to 12? 1,
1,
2,
2.
3,
So like, why are
4.
we counting? I'll count.
I can't.
5,
So we're counting
6,
because I need to know
7,
when my 13th attack is.
8.
I need to delay this 13th attack
9,
into the next finale phase.
10.
There's actually multiple phases of this finale. The first one is gonna be, the first switch is gonna be right here.
12.
I'm gonna use an audio cue to time it. And by delaying that, I was able to do a bit more damage. I'm gonna do that one more time, or 2 more times, sorry, throughout the rest of the fight. And by doing so, I will be able to end this Flowey fight 1 fight button sooner than normal. Save just around 3 seconds.
So Flowey, this fight basically, it's again part of the difficulty curve of like, make it easy for newer players in invisible ways. So it starts off with the first amount of time, I think it's like each phase is 30 seconds. Might be wrong on that. But it like does about 100 damage, then 200, then 300. Then it goes to 700, and if it takes even longer, we are only going to see 1 attack in the 700s, and that's the quick kill. But if you're like even longer because for whatever reason you're like not making it back to the act and you're casual playing, it'll go up to like 1200 for the last phase. The idea basically is you delay certain fight hits into the next phase so they deal more damage, and you can end a turn fight, which Link did.
Yay! Would you guys believe me if I said that that was RNG?
Oh, yeah.
I would believe anything you said.
Those damage rolls, the variance in the first phase is like, I think 70 per hit. And it's also like, it's half a hit worth per hit.
Yeah, so you
The
can
way
get
we
very
do it-
unlucky and actually not, even if you do it correctly, I think there's still a chance, right, that you just don't get the quick kill.
2%
The way
chance.
you do it, there is a 98% chance that you're able to get it. There's a 2% chance that you get damage rolls so low that even if you do everything perfectly, you don't get the quick kill and you lose 4 seconds.
And there's also, if you get very lucky, a very small chance you can get a quicker kill, right?
There is. Do you know the odds for that one, Jack? Let's see if you got
1
a
in
lab coat.
200.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Which I've gotten in a run once, but it wasn't on a good Flowey, so I didn't gold and it wasn't comp soft. It was also on a modded version of the game, so it wouldn't count, but it's okay.
Damage rolls are fun,
Yeah.
is what I would say.
So, Coming up at the end of Flowey, then we'll get back into the punch card shenanigans. First things first, I gotta reload my game a few times. So first one's gonna be right here. And then once I hit Flowey, I should mention, you may have noticed, oh, we're killing Asgore and Flowey. This is no longer true pacifist. It actually just doesn't matter. We're gonna reload to before any of that happened. And since it's faster to kill both of them, you know, maybe it's not true pacifist. Maybe it's like false pacifist. I don't know.
It's okay.
Maybe it's like a soulless pacifist.
I give this pacifist a 7 out of 10.
Part of the requirements to entering True Lab is that you've completed a neutral run of the game. Doing the general run resets all your data, but you have to do a neutral run of the game to be able to, like, I don't know if it's get into lab or if it's date alpha. It's one of those two is like locked. One of the things is locked behind having a save file that has completed the game, and so we have to complete the game no matter what. And so we get really far without killing anyone. We save. We kill the last two because it doesn't matter because we're going to load to before that. But our save data, because Undertale's a weird and quirky game, has that save data in it. Because resets aren't resets.
Yeah, resets they remember your resets. So you just need to beat the game once, and then True Pacifist unlocks. And now we're gonna date Undyne. Yay!
Oh yeah, this part.
Hope you guys like text smashing. First things first, I actually hate text mashing, so I'm gonna do some text corruption, so I have to do less text mashing. And I throw away the tough glove here during this cutscene, and that turns this normally long dialogue between Undyne and Papyrus into the blank was thrown away.
The was thrown away. Alright, so who likes T-boxes?
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
This one's a classic, chat.
Yeah. T-boxes are gonna appear in 3, 2, 1. Great.
Wow!
Bang!
So look at T-box number 2. It's the yellow one.
The same color as the table.
It is not yellow, it is beige.
Yeah, I don't know how you see yellow. The floor tiles are like yellow, but you could even argue green, I feel like.
Anyways, that's not actually yellow. Stare at it. Look at it.
It's not actually beige, I think.
Look at it very intently. You will want to see this.
You're gonna want to see
the most exciting part of this section.
This might be the most exciting part of the whole run. I've been watching paint dry for 2 hours.
No, you haven't. Don't do Undertale like that.
I'm not doing Undertale like that. I'm doing Link like that.
Okay. Jenna would understand, but
all is fair in horseshoes
and T-box.
Yeah, please pay attention to the T-box. Don't get
here it comes.
It's very important.
So it's beige.
It's yellow.
It's blue. It's pink. It's yellow. It's green.
What? What happened? I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna send this one over to Jack to explain this one.
So the T-box is transparent, which is not normal. And
then it turns green for some
reason. And that's
it's
it.
Probably like he probably like accidentally made it transparent, and then it's on the floor. He's like, "Why isn't it?" So then he made it green or so. I have no clue.
Who knows with this?
It's
game.
awesome.
It's
really cool.
Programming choices.
Yeah, thanks for the instant replay.
We got the instant replay on the
nice.
Shoutouts GDQ Tech.
Yeah, shoutouts. So we actually have to use the fight button again, unfortunately, and we're not even gonna reload our save this time. I don't know how we'll come back from
fighting.
This.
Oh, phew. Was only one.
You only did 1 damage.
If you accidentally high rolled there, you might have actually had to reset. That's good.
And it's a good thing you didn't. It's a good thing you didn't high roll into 3,000.
You could actually do 13 billion trillion if you're unlucky.
It would be. I'm just saying. It would have been really funny if you could kill Undyne there.
And then it just like fades into the after the house, and you just walk out with nothing happens.
And you just completely one-shot her.
Now we're gonna date alphas, however you want to say it. So more mashing. This one has a little bit of tech, so there's some unskippable. Not all text in this game is skippable, which we haven't mentioned, but you probably noticed. Like a lot of times in fights, you have to just kind of wait till the text is over, and one of those things is this dating start text. But this one you actually can skip if you simply mash more frame perfectly, and
You can skip
get
it
it.
on Tuesdays, and if it feels right.
Twice on
And it
Tuesdays.
has to.
it's got to be
Twice.
about 20 degrees Celsius.
That's okay. Twice on
wind chill.
Tuesdays.
Oh, twice on Tuesdays?
Twice on Tuesdays.
Hey, twice on Tuesdays. There it is. So you hit it 3, but 2 is fine. Let's save a couple seconds each.
Yeah, those 3 text boxes, you clear those on the first frame, and it lets you skip them.
Unfortunately, I'm not very good at text mashing, so that's hard for me.
Reach.
For other people, that's 100% consistent. For the mashing billionaires out there, they exist.
Oh yeah, they know who they are too, and they're watching.
And we don't like them.
But it's
No,
rude to
no.
talk about someone who's listening.
It is rude to talk about somebody who's listening, and we love them, by the way.
Of course.
We do?
We love
We're
all
just
runners
kidding.
of
Oh,
this
okay.
game. We, as in all
We
of
do.
us.
We,
Yes.
as in all of us, love all runners of this game. No, I joke about this, but anytime anyone is running this game, it just makes me happy because I love this game, and
Yeah,
it
we all love
is a
this
really cool game for me.
Anime is real.
What happened? Oh, I tabbed out of the game.
You just really.
I
wanted
just
to see
opened
it.
up Bing. I can't go a showcase run without opening something wacky.
Bing is crazy. Why do you even have that on your computer?
I don't know how that happened. That's
At least
never
it's not
happened
8
before.
Undertales.
At least it's not
Real
8
ones know.
Undertales.
Now
So that's
we get
the
to go to
last
True
date.
Lab. Yeah, this
And
is the real
Boat
exciting
to
part.
Snowden.
We went an entire run without boating to Snowden.
Voting to
Wow.
Snowden is the other rite of passage.
Oh, absolutely. Happens all the time.
And voting to Snowden is the pacifist rite of passage. You have to do that choicer 3 times. Once to go to Waterfall and not go to Snowden, then 2 times to go to Hotland. And it's really easy to vote to Snowden. It's really easy. And it happens to everyone. And it loses like 20 seconds.
You can overflow this elevator. It doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. Doesn't
No,
do
it
anything
does.
good, at least.
And I'll prove it.
You can actually just end up walking out. Normally, you saw me overflow elevators, hit the floor, and then walk out. That doesn't really, you can't really do that here. You would just walk back into lab.
Yeah, which no one's ever done.
It kind of just
Um.
wrong warps you into here at the end, as opposed to like room transitioning.
Yeah.
One more wrong warp here before I get one more beautiful safety save. Yay.
Yay.
Hey Link, you
Here's
interacted
True
with
Lab.
Safe twice.
I'm sorry.
The
Okay.
punch card is
Thank you for
bad.
Thank you for apologizing. It means a lot to me.
This is like the last big punch card section. It took a little break during the dates, but it's back in full force. This kind of has a similar density to Core, I would say. I don't know if everyone would agree with that. There's more fights and menuing to remember, but
There's more fights. There's also more overflows compared to other things.
yeah, which is annoying. We don't really like overflows because it requires a consecutive Z enter input, which is sort of hard to get consistently. Even at a top level, it can be finicky, I guess. But
There's a good reason, too. It's like, I don't want to get into it, but subframes are like things. It's not really subframes, it's about like frame boundaries that make it hard to get consecutive inputs.
Why did I just interact with that save and not save? Good one.
you wanted to heal, obviously. You got hit.
I.
No, that's
Alright, I'm
actually
gonna go for
a
a-
pretty
down to
valid.
6.
I'm gonna go
I
for
feel
a
like
wrong
that's
warp
like a
that
really valid-
sucks. I'm gonna go for a wrong warp that sucks.
This wrong warp sucks.
Okay, cool.
This wrong warp sucks so bad.
That wrong warp sucks so bad, but we got it.
If you know, you know.
That one's like more frame perfect than the other ones, and by that I mean like normally with text open you can just close it whenever you want during the screen transition because you get moving back regardless of when. But the way that cutscene start works, you have to do it a specific way, otherwise you soft block because you don't get your movement back at the right time.
And Link is searching rooms and finding keys.
That I am indeed doing. You may be wondering, if you played this game casually, why am I playing this fight? Can't you just walk past it? So,
No.
no, we can't, unfortunately. That is a Twitch exclusive glitch. So, if you've seen that, if you figured that out in your casual playthrough, you were playing on the Switch version. We
You
aren't.
cheated.
You cheated.
How dare you?
Unbelievable.
Invalid.
On Switch, if you are holding against the top wall, you literally walk past that fight. You do it, you can do it accidentally. Every single person, if you own a Switch, you can do this skip. Even if you think you're bad at video games, you can do that skip.
Wait,
I
it's
promise.
Snowdrake's mom.
Yeah, remember Snowdrake's mom?
mom?
She's gone now. I hope all that
And also,
hyping
you
up
hold
was
up
worth
down.
it.
You hold up down on those, you like interact with the top and the bottom wall at the same time, and they both push you forward, and you move at double speed. It's the same thing that happened in the castle room where the Ohio warp was.
Another encounter skip here. Remember.
Now, Link, don't mess this up.
Bang.
I would never mess it up.
I would mess it up.
But what I would mess up is the wrong warp right after.
True Lab is another area that is just like really dense with tech.
Yeah.
A lot of rooms, a lot of
potatoes.
backtracking, and backtracking in this game creates a lot of big wrong work opportunities.
Link, you should call Papyrus here for text corruption.
Is it good?
Yes, it's better. Please,
We'll
please,
see.
please, please.
We'll see.
Do it now. Oh, wait, you have to wait.
No, no, no.
Okay, okay. Yes. Bang.
That is not better. You could get one
Yes,
with
it
one
is.
text. You could get one with
It's
one
better than
text bomb.
smell.
It's better
Yeah,
than
but
smell,
It's
but
cool.
like,
What if you don't have items?
look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
It's not my fault. You should have made it back up during the cutscene.
Jack, I hate to say this, I think that wasn't your fault.
It was not my fault. See, that's the same thing I did
don't
when I
like-
tried to overflow the True Lab elevator.
I don't like giving Link credit for much, but I think I must.
Look what you made me do.
Anyways,
All
we're
right.
into the Asriel fight.
Those are the last punch cards of the run. There are no more to be found. Actually, there's one more
No
we'll
more
do.
punch cards here shall find.
Just to appease Jack one more time. We're gonna do one more punch card, but before
Oh,
then
yeah.
we have our final boss fight, Asriel. And Asriel, should I say it? Asriel
Yeah,
is
go for
as
it.
real as it gets.
Real.
Good one.
You know, that's
man.
that's worse than I expected. Okay.
Oh. do I get a lab coat for that?
Nice going, Link.
I don't think you can get the lab coat back for puns. All right.
You get like the spinny cap for that.
Link, get the
And the
propeller
lollipop.
cat. Link,
I'll take that.
Next time we are at GDQ together, I will buy you a lollipop.
I would absolutely love one.
My promise to you.
That would be great. Another instance of uncapped mashing here, where we can kind of go ham on the keyboard, which makes this section like particularly annoying because if you want to go fast, you have to do that, and mashing by literally mashing your keyboard is less fun, and it hurts me personally, at least.
So, a funny thing about Undertale is that they're in debug mode. There's like a little debug feature that's an auto master, but it's also half speed. And we actually, as an accessibility thing, for any of our main board categories, we have a mod that's a half-speed auto masher. And anyone can play with the mod. I mean, I think you have to be on PC versions. I don't think we have a console port of the mod. I don't even know how that would work. But so if you're someone with hand issues, you're not gonna get top times with it. I will be honest about that. But if you were trying to get into Undertale and see this game that is like evidently a highly mashing category, and what you want to do is you want to get into the run and learn it and be a part of this, there's ways to be able to do that. We have that in as an accessibility feature. We've had it for a little bit now. It's definitely on the newer side though, and it's a good step in the right direction, I think, for games in general to have accessibility options like that, because not everyone is physically able, and I like when we're able to support those who aren't.
Yeah, absolutely. Mashing is a skill, but it is a much different skill from everything else in this game.
Yeah.
And mashing in this game is a skill that is so different from mashing in any other game. Any other game is just press the button as fast as you can, or sometimes time the button at the right time.
Yeah.
Into the Azrael fight now. Flowey was Azrael all along?
No way.
Or Azrael was... Azrael was Flowey all along? I don't know which one.
Both
Sans'
sides
nest?
of the equation are equal.
Link, why are you just waiting?
Link,
I'm waiting
Link,
for the
it's
beat to
speedrun.
drop. No turns, no turns happen until the beat drops, and I
Oh.
actually entered it
Oh.
frame perfectly. As you can see, we can see Azrael's rainbow reflection still, even though Azrael's invisible. That's normally not supposed to happen, but because I frame perfectly closed the text, I was able to show that off, so that's pretty cool. Doesn't save time or anything besides the frame perfectness you save from menuing, but...
So, Link, what's the goal of the Azrael fight?
Survive!
How do you get to the next phase?
Yeah, to get to the next phase, all we gotta do, dodge the attacks as best as we can. I'm gonna try my best to stay on the spare this entire time. By doing early burnt pan, I didn't get a safety defense item called the Stained Apron, which is really good because it heals me every other turn, and I will get less damage done on me. So this is a little scary, but I think we should be fine. I just got hit there, so I'm gonna go use a healing item, and then I'm gonna go back over to spare.
Is this a serious mode fight?
I'm actually not sure.
It's gotta be. Try eating the noodles. Let's see what happens.
Let's do it.
It's a serious
way.
mode.
It is
Okay.
serious mode.
So,
Good to know. Good to know.
Link, you still have the pie, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I do still have the pie. Right.
So how do you get
Whoa,
serious
whoa.
mode versus not serious mode?
It's basically the boss fights are like serious fights. So the boss fights, there's certain flavor texts that are different versus the just like random encounters are non-serious mode fights, which are just like some of the flavor texts are sillier and do sillier things. But it's completely based on who you are fighting.
Okay.
And it's a little quirk of the game that matters. I once, as a young lad, tried to use the instant noodles in a non-serious mode.
What?
They do not do a full heal in non-serious mode.
Yeah. Wait. What? Well, what instance would you ever do that? No offense.
I was trying to run Geno and was bad at the game, so I
Oh, in
wanted to use my
core?
instant noodles. I was in core and I tried to use my instant noodles.
I feel
And
like
it
core
did
should be
not go
serious
well.
mode. That's crazy though. Yeah, the instant noodles have like a whole like 2-minute
It's
long
a-
bit.
It's a whole 2-minute, like, it's a long text tree of the noodles, like, you prepare the cup of noodles. You
It's
put
like-
the cup of noodles in the microwave. All unskippable
Yeah.
text, long delays after each text box. And I was just sitting there, and it heals you like 20.
Yeah, the joke is literally that it's long, so we don't want it in this speed. But it's fine in serious mode.
In serious mode, it's fully on.
Yeah. Anyway,
Actually,
that's phase
it's
1.
only 90 health.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's phase 1. Going into the impossible part of Azrael now, and I'm at 12 HP without the Stained Apron, so I can only get hit once here if I want a deathless phase. So I'm likely gonna die, but that's okay.
Now you got it.
It'll only lose a little bit of time
here.
here.
You'd be likely to die if you were on full HP. Link got hit at the very end of the turn there, which kind of sucks.
That's
as
a little terrible
unfortunate
as it could possibly be. I'm just kidding.
So dying here still counts as a turn.
Yeah.
In the previous phase, if you die, you lose 3 turns.
So I'm actually going to do that again, because now that we got through that long, but it refused. Sorry. Couldn't figure it out. Once you get through that first... Once you get through the first, but it refused, it just goes by fast again. So at that point, it's actually
really
just faster to die.
Get hit the second time.
Sometimes it's hard. You know, sometimes they try to avoid you.
Yeah,
it's really hard to get hit when you want to get hit, and it's really hard to not get hit when you don't want to get hit.
Exactly.
Now we have to save our buddies. So each of our buddies has like 4 actions we can choose from to save them, and because it gives us unskippable text after we do the action, we want to choose the action that gives us the least unskippable text.
I just ripped the punch
card.
card.
3 times each.
Oh, well. I'm not gonna long warp after this fight anymore. It's fine.
You just have to talk to each of these guys 3 times. You just do the one that's in the default spot the first time, but then the last one you pick the one that has the shortest thing. And if you're a new runner and you don't know what that is, you just do whatever you feel like, because the longest one isn't even really that long.
Yeah, it's not bad. Next up, we got Sands and Papyrus.
I probably lost more time one run, like at the beginning of my career. I probably lost time to trying to remember which one the long one or the short one is.
And then here we're gonna go down to Judgment on Sands.
This looks really hard. I wish there was a Sands boss fight that was just full of text.
Dude, it would be really cool if Sands had a boss fight.
Remember the pie we collected at the very start? I ate the nice cream instead.
These two.
An hour and a half ago.
So remember 3 seconds ago when Link dropped the punch card? That actually changed every inventory slot to be different, so Link's muscle memory was wrong, but it's okay.
That pie counts as 3 turns.
Yeah, that saves so much time. That's the main reason we get it. It actually pretty much breaks even in terms of using it in the Asgore fight, but...
You only use it in the Asgore fight because, like, it doesn't save you a turn, but the animation is faster, I think.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, if you got 10 claws, you would still get, like, the same thing, but you would have slower because no animation. And then you have to
so it doesn't even break even. It's just worse, but we need it for this.
But yeah, this is like a cutscene.
Yep. Got one person left to save. Azrael himself.
Oh.
Oh. And might I say,
basically an auto-scroller.
Might I say, this game is so beautiful.
+2.
Nearing the end now. Chat, I must ask you. Would I be more of a game master if I hugged Azrael and lost 20 seconds? Or if I ignored Azrael and saved 20 seconds?
You know, even though this is my show and I should call the shots, I will defer on this one. You made the request. Let's see what they have to say.
Great chat.
My friendship with Link is on the line here. If you choose wrong, I am no longer friends with you.
Pretty sure I know what you want, Willie.
How long do we have until the moment?
Just about Minute and a half, maybe?
Yeah, very, very short amount of time.
All right, I'm putting a 60-second poll. Hug, yes, no,
Ooh.
in the chat right now.
Oh, I'm
Go
voting.
vote quick.
Oh, I'm going and voting.
Nah, I can't. I shouldn't be allowed to vote. It's fine.
You're allowed to vote.
Okay.
Everybody's allowed to vote.
Wait, I'm indecisive. I don't know.
Oh, it's close.
Jack, you
Oh,
care about my friendship with Link.
Hug is winning, but it's been going back and forth. But Hug's at 57%, 58%. Oh my gosh.
I'm nervous.
I'm so nervous.
60-40.
Oh, I think you're hugging.
Oh, it's over,
Yeah.
I think.
It's
I think
looking.
it's
It's
over.
looking like Hug.
You know-
No took an early lead. The real ones know.
Wow.
Let's see.
Could be.
Down to the wire.
All right. Yeah, it looks like the poll is confirmed. Yes to the hug.
Wow.
Well,
Fair
Look,
enough.
I don't make the
we
rules.
had a good
Okay,
run, Mike.
you're the one who put this challenge out there.
It's true.
It's
I
true.
mean,
friendship over with Mr. Link 2K.
You know at GDQ this would be an incentive. So
This would be an
Absolutely.
incentive.
yeah, we're just
It's a lot of
emulating
money.
that
It
here.
would raise a lot of money for charity. I'm just gonna put that out there. So if anyone in the games committee wants to give us an Undertale at GDQ, I'd like that.
man.
No,
I mean,
Undertale's
it's kind of
a really fun speed game, and I think it's really cool that this category in particular gets to show off two very different dimensions of the game that you don't really ever get to see put together like this.
So, now that we're done with that cutscene, I'm going to open up another instance of the game. This is... We're going to be saving that for a rainy day.
Just
And
for
by a
fun.
rainy day, I mean in like 10 seconds.
Not an hour from now?
Not an hour from now. We've passed those days. Okay, so as soon as we're done matching this text, I'm going to close this instance of the game and open up the other one. It's just going to spawn me closer to the door I want to get to.
It's basically the exact same thing that a wrong warp is doing.
Yeah, it's like an autosave that works like an actual save, which is nice.
All right, so
Very rare.
one more little bit of mashing here. And then time's going to be coming up in 45 seconds or so. As soon as we close the final text box with Toriel.
They have a lot to say.
Yeah.
They have a lot to say, and we really don't care.
We don't care.
Please
Not
just
the
talk
slightest.
faster. I'm on pace.
Hurry up, talk faster!
Almost there now.
Go, go, go!
And time.
Bang.
GG.
Bang!
GG.
Well,
Thank you.
done. Well, thank you so much for bringing this on. This was very entertaining the entire way through.
Yeah.
Big
it was a lot of
fan.
This
fun.
was awesome. Thank
And
you,
I
Kiara,
like
for
seeing-
having us.
Yeah, of course. I like seeing everybody in chat saying like, SGDQ, SGDQ, SGDQ. And I will say I have no influence on what they pick. I'm not part of the games committee or anything like that. But
But if you did,
if I mean, I'd put my my hat in for this. I will say, you use this, submit, definitely submit. I think it'd be a good run. I would like to see it there, but again, I have no control over that. You should submit them. This is
That
a
makes
lot of
me
You
so
absolutely
happy
will.
to hear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Now,
you.
Go ahead.
Kiara, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Since this is Soulless Pacifist, the cutscene that we've been hyping up will be after these credits. These credits are a little long, probably like 3 more minutes or so. Is it fine if we?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
just do we can we have enough to talk really quick. As we go through this, as the credits go through. Now, Mr. Ling, I want to give you a couple minutes or a little bit to talk a little bit about your stream and what do you got coming up next, and any shout outs you would like to give.
Yeah, so first of all, you could find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MrLing2K. I speedrun a variety of games, most importantly Undertale. Recently I've been speedrunning a cool indie game called Entropoly. If you like Super Smash Brothers or Celeste, I think you would find that cool.
Okay, that's a very interesting combination of games that are very different.
It's so cool.
Very good.
Besides that, yeah, I'm likely gonna be running Undertale on my stream pretty soon here. Running it neutral at any %, pushing for the sub 51-minute time. So that'll be a lot of fun. For shoutouts, first of all, thank you, Kiara, for having us. Shoutouts Willie and Jack for being by my side for all of this. Shoutouts to the entire Undertale community. If you found any of this run cool at all, join the Discord. There's a lot of cool people that could help you learn. Either Geno, Pacifist, Neutral. There's a lot of amazing resources out there. It will always be something for you in this game. I don't really have much else besides that. Jack, Willie.
I'll come in. I want to say, Link and Jack, so this is now our third time as a trio showcasing this game in the GDQ and other places. And I'm a retired runner of the game. I don't get this opportunity to submit, and I want to say my thank you to both of you for having me on for your runs. It means a lot to be able to participate in this capacity and be a part of showcasing this game off to so many people. That's a really big dream, and it makes me happy to be able to be part of it in that way, and seeing all of the people who we know that have come out to support this.
Yeah,
And
for sure. I second that for sure. I stream on JAQQQ3 on Twitch if you want to stop by. I speedrun Undertale and also a lot of Deltarune. So if you're interested in that, you could drop by. But definitely want to second what Willie said. I always love commentating with these two. I think we make a great team. Yeah, I love Undertale, and I'm glad to be here. So now we have to dodge the names in this section, and if we do, we get a little secret, but probably don't have time to show what that is. It's just
the
a
secret
little
doesn't
new
matter.
room.
It's a cutscene after this.
Yeah.
So these are all of the people who supported Undertale on the the Kickstarter when Undertale back way in 20 whatever. There are these text boxes all have hitboxes. The hitboxes are based on the name size themselves. There's a couple really big names in here. We're gonna point them out. Shoutouts to my boy Nicholas.
Oh,
my goodness.
We all hate Nicholas. I'm just kidding.
We even find lab coat tech stuff to explain after the run's over.
Dude,
you'll know when you see him. Jeremy, don't get me started on Jeremy.
Oh man, yeah, there's a fourth descendant or something in one of those.
Oh, there's a name.
Gabriel's
right there.
a long one right there.
I wonder if the people who supported this game with the very long names know that the speedrunners call them out.
I really hope. I really
That
hope
was so
that Nicholas
funny.
Muscles Del Quercio knows how much we love him.
Obviously, this has no impact on the final time, but it's really fun.
It matters in
It's
100%.
That is true.
It actually does. You have
Yeah.
to get a no hit in this section to open a room and get the thing in the room.
Oh yeah, the hidden lock.
Oh no, I didn't get
Oh.
it. There's Nicholas.
There's Nicholas.
We're not out of the woods yet. We're about to see Jeremy.
That's my man.
There's Jeremy.
There's Jeremy.
Dang, not bad.
I'm sorry, I wasn't
It's a
able
big
to get
tradition in
through.
the Undertale community
What?
to like try and get a no hit in the credits after you do a TPE run, especially when you get a PB.
And what about going for a high score with most names hit? I'm sure.
Dude, that
people
would be
have done
fun.
that.
I need to try that
We
someday.
I don't
should do
know.
that.
We might need to start hopping on that.
Yeah, there you go. There's my contribution to the speedrunning
Bang.
community.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
go do most names RTA. Just load a save right here. Go through the credits, and then whoever gets the most names wins.
So
That would be fire.
here we go. Normally, in true pacifist, Toriel, this is normal. Toriel will just give us the pie. Aw, that's cute.
Aww.
Aw, thank you, Toriel. The pie that has helped us save so much time.
That pie saved so much time.
Aw, what a wholesome cutscene.
So beautiful.
Oh!
Oh,
Aware.
what was that? Oh my goodness! Whoa!
The whole point of doing that Jenna run, that hour and 5-minute Jenna run, was those
for
like,
that.
2 seconds of red lights in the eyes. That's the only thing it changes.
Yeah, isn't the
It
end
was
here
absolutely worth
also
it.
not usually red?
It is
Yeah,
not.
it's different.
Oh, I think it's like the end is not red. I think the music here is different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I
It's all messed
I
up.
know because this is when I played the game this is basically how I did it. So I got this
Yeah.
this version
Nice.
of the True Pacifist ending. Anyway, we've already done our
Awesome.
shout outs. Mr. Link 2K, Willie J, and Jack. Thank you all so much for coming on. The commentary was wonderful. The run was awesome. Chat loved it. I loved it. This is really good. Thank you both. Thank you all three of you so much. I said both. It's like, no, we can't forget about
One,
about Willie
two,
J here.
three.
Even though I took away the lab coat, I can't just you didn't turn
You took
invisible
away the lab
after that,
coat, but you can't take away the man inside.
The J.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, again, if you're not already doing so, go follow Michelin2K. You can see it in the pinned message up at the top. That's going to be it for Hotfix today. And if you missed out on Random Number Generation or Game Master, stay tuned as we replay both shows after this. You can tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Out of the Box, followed by Creature Corner. And I'll see you next time.